All right, folks, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. It's going to be a single faction tournament, and tonight we are going to be suffering with Slaanesh, which I don't really know how to play, but hey, you know what? We're going to figure it out. We're going to have some fun and see what we can get going. Yes, how you guys doing? Welcome. So, I got to scheme it, man. I don't have any builds for Slaanesh, just kind of winging it here, but I felt like playing them tonight. And yeah, we're going to be facing off against one of their rivals, actually. I think the High Elves and Slaanesh have a little bit of a rivalry, so that should be fun. But we're also playing one of the best High Elf players in the community. So it should be great. X-Men Jim, me keep my head down before getting married this September. Congratulations! Congratulations, but all my best wishes to you. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. And hope all is well, my friend. I saw you playing in one of these events recently. It was pretty cool to see. And what do we want to do against the dreaded High Elves, huh? Probably going to be Imric on a Star Dragon, just going balls deep on everything, I would guess. How do you even deal with that as Slaanesh? I mean, I guess you have some of your greater demons, but basic archers can just kind of tear them to shreds. You pick your faction, yeah. So I picked to play Slaanesh tonight. I mean, I could play Empire, but I play them all the time. Like, just nonstop, basically, right? So it's kind of fun to mix it up and try something a little bit different for sure. All right, so let's get our Lord all set up, all our characters, and let me make sure everything is starting smoothly. Everybody found their opponents. Tonight's tournament, relatively small. It was short notice, but we still managed to get, I think, close to 15 people with just an hour's notice, so it should be a nice competitive tournament. And yeah, we're going from there. Yes, you just play one faction all the way through, basically. Yeah, correct. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun indeed. I know Demonettes are a little bit better now. Very vulnerable to High Elf Heavy Cavalry, though, is my only concern. Seekers, though, should counter High Elf Cav well, I'm thinking. I feel like they might be able to get the job done. We'll have to see. I was going to play Khorne, but I wanted to use magic. And don't worry, you guys will see Khorne tonight because Hadri's is playing Khorne, and I'm playing Slaanesh. We had an honorable pact to play the two lowest ranked factions in Total War tonight, so Hadri's and I are both suffering. But he's probably better at Khorne than I am with Slaanesh, I would imagine. I would imagine so. Yeah, we do have some very good players here. It's going to be a great tournament, so thank you for joining. All right, so let's go ahead and get this. And what else do we want to bring? Looking at abilities and whatnot. That's kind of a cool item, but I don't think we need that. This is a heal while casting on the characters. Can probably just go very bare bones. Cody Turin says, I just completed my first campaign. Hey, congrats! And their armor-piercing range units felt really powerful. They are. Why do you consider Cathay to be one of the weaker factions in PvP? It's because Cathay struggles to deal with certain things. I wouldn't say they're like weaker. They're just kind of like on the lower end of mid-tier. Yeah, they just have a limited roster, so they're very predictable. They're very predictable. Yeah, Slaanesh is fun to watch. I'm going to try and make them work for you guys. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to give it a good college try here and have some fun to the process. All right, I should probably start picking more units. So Hellstriders, I think Hellstriders and Slaanesh don't actually trade that well. Granted, having them, I think, is still good. I feel like the Hellscourges are just like objectively better. Yeah, I feel like that's the case. All right, so let's get you and get this. Yeah, and again, we're gonna have to like deal with Imric, right? Like Imric is gonna be rampaging, so I think we need to build around him. I mean, Imric could be dealt with by some of the greater demons, like the Exalted Keeper of Secrets or Inkari, these type of characters, but then they're so vulnerable against archers, which is a little bit problematic for sure. Yes, it's gonna be fun. So let's see what we want to do. So for this, looking at some of the infantry choices that we do have, I think they buffed the stat line on these. Oh, yeah. So we'll mix in some of those. Good. I'm still learning the ways of Slaanesh, so bear with me, but we will learn in due time. Always wonder, yeah, the Hellscourges, what's really nice is that the entire roster does have immune to psychology, so they're going to be a little bit more solid there. Okay, I kind of like this build so far. It seems like it's fun. And we'll throw in you as well. All right, that seems like it's kind of a build, which I like the opening. Throw in some spears. I wonder about Forsaken here. I feel like a Slaanesh Forsaken isn't a bad idea, but they kind of like do something similar to Demonettes. I mean, you're getting a little bit of armor, I suppose. But yeah, we'll figure it out. No Keeper of Secrets? Yeah, probably not. I probably wouldn't bother with that. Fiends of Slaanesh could have some weird niche applications here at dealing with like Silverhelms and some of the other units, but I don't know. We're getting a little bit crazy. So obviously Slaanesh Furies are super good also. I think you're always going to want those. Yeah, but dealing with the big man, yeah, I guess we have to have some Marauder Horsemen, because if we don't, you know, there's not going to be much to keep him honest. I don't think. So we got you. Let's do this and throw in another one of these guys just because they're super freaking cool. Hell yeah, dude. Sign me up. I don't know if this build's good. We're literally playing one of the best tile players out there, but we're going with how I like to play, which is a little bit mouth breathy with these factions. All right, so two of those. We got all the pieces. I know the pieces fit. Do we want more basic marauders is the question. Trying to fine tune it a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Hell yeah, dude. This build's metal as hell. I love it. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet build, actually. Did we just spam that? That could actually be more cost effective, perhaps. And then we can just get that for like dueling situations. Or just go straight with this. Yeah, that probably feels a little bit smarter, and then we can get that for the heal. All right. Let's see what happens, man. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Yeah, Slaanesh time, and we're getting in there with some Slaanesh heavy-duty armor, baby. So there's going to be some Chosen. And honestly, the High Elves don't really have the best anti-large. I mean, they have the spears, but the spears lack AP, so I figured Chaos Knights could be pretty good with a little bit of support. Does mouth breathing mean easy to pilot? Yeah, because you just kind of sit there, you know, mouth agape and going for it. I don't know about the magic. I just went with Melkoth spam because I feel like it's pretty cost effective to spam on just like Dragon Princes or whatever. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Slaanesh is really fun to play. I have an absolute blast playing them. I think they're such a cool faction to play in the game. So, all right, let's get you out here. Thank you for joining. We're in the first round of tonight's tournament. It is going to be the Imperial Road for our map, which is a pretty open map. Certainly, I would say good for both factions. High Elves are very mobile too, so they have a lot of speedy tricks and traps and things they can do to kind of sneak around you, so we'll have to watch out for that. All right, let me do a little bit of admin work here, make sure we're all good. The whips and chains excite me, yes. Yeah, some Hellraiser shit. All right, so we got the Melkoth spammer, and we got Sigvald. Yeah, you know, of course he'll lose to Emmerich, but the idea is that he'll do it like a champ, you know. He'll take it like a champ. And I just love Hellscourge Marauders. I feel like they're just one of the coolest units and are so resilient. And we do also have a Cultist here. Cultists I just think are nice and useful for grinding. And we got that caster and some Chaos Knights who are going to kind of work together a little bit. So I'm going to probably press the back objective. For reinforcements, I have Seekers, Chaos Knights, Furies, a couple Horsemen to just put pressure on Emmerich. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, Fireborn are okay against Chaos Knights. I mean, it's a bit of a, you know, they're expensive though, and I can certainly just spam Melkoths and use Seekers as Slaanesh to ideally kill them. So my opponent's army is ready to go. So first thing we'll summon in is just going to be some Spearmen, so some Devoted Spears just to sit in the back objective. And we'll go up and make a play for this point here. All right, so it's going to be Larry, Swordmasters. Swordmasters could be a little bit tricky, but Demonettes will be good against them, and so will Seekers and Furies. So we need to do that. And I'm going to go start spamming Melkoths on top of the Swordmasters. And yeah, it's going to be tough. Swordmasters might be able to cut through my stuff. Certainly making me a little bit nervous. So what is it? Triple Swordmaster with, what's the backline? Archers and Archers. All right, cool. So yeah, we got our Chaos Knights. Let's get up in the trees here. Do a little bit of this. And you guys come up and get ready to party. And Larry spells, it's going to be just healing spells. All right, so we're going to go and just start spamming Melkoths when we can. We'll get these Chaos Knights up in the tree line here, get ready to cause some havoc, and yeah, if we can like sandwich on the back of those Swordmasters, that's going to be pretty nice. So Sigvald can move up on the point. Sigvald's certainly going to be tough to knock down, and we can just start dropping this down on you. Get a little bit of free damage there. Chaos Knights moving up, saving up for Seekers at the moment. And cool, so we got that, and we dodged the arrow fire, and that should do some respectable damage for sure. All right, so let's get you guys back. Sigvald and the Cultists can be in group 4, and they can move up, and let's get the Chaos Knights kind of coming down here. And yeah, that's actually, oh, my opponent responded with an Earthblood, so we actually baited out a single target Earthblood, which I'm pretty happy about. So on top of that, let's get you guys coming up and have these Demonettes run up. They do, of course, have very good armor piercing, so should be okay. And now we can park on the objectives and park on the objective here to try and just wrestle it from him there. And wait, oh no, I just unsummoned my caster on accident. Oh no, I misclicked. Oh man, okay. I just probably threw the game. Yeah, I mean, at least you get a partial refund, but that's really bad. All right, let's charge into the Swordmasters temporarily. If I win this, then I should get an achievement here. All right, so we're going to just get a freebie here, charge into the Swordmasters a little bit, and then pull back. Man, that sucks, dude. That's so stupid. Oh, man. Okay, well, anyways, let's get some Seekers up, move you guys up, and get these Chaos Knights back, and our two characters can start just grinding into the Silver and Guard right here. Yeah, I misclicked. I had something a little bit off there. All right, that's real shit, dude. God. Damn, dude. That's such an unfortunate way to start. All right, so Seekers and Slaanesh are getting ready, so we're going to loop them around the back, and we'll resummon our caster in a second. It won't be too much. Thankfully, the caster only had one spell, so it was relatively cheap to do. Let's get these Chaos Knights and Demonettes running up through the trees, and they can kind of work together on the back objectives here, and we'll summon out our caster here in just a second. So, yeah, that's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So let's get you guys moving up here, and the caster can come back out. So we're playing with a little bit of a handicap here. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, though. All right, so we're going to bump and grind this. Seekers come up this way, and Demonettes can kind of keep moving through the trees. Chaos Knights there also. Sigvald and company doing great work, and yeah, honestly, pretty happy with this engagement so far. Aside from that like blunder in the beginning, it's going pretty well. So let's get you guys to screen under here, pull you guys back, and we can drop a Melkoth on these Swordmasters, and we can flank them with the Devastating Flanker and attack here and hope for the best. All right, so Sigvald and company doing great. Let's pull these Chaos Knights over to that side point. Sigvald's doing his thing, and now we do get the sandwiching rear charge here, which is outstanding, and we are going to get sandwiched ourselves, but let's just go ahead and do a little bit of a pile-on here, and we do have enough for a Demonette summon, so now we can get our Cultists and drop the Demonettes on the back to shut down the Archers, which should be pretty darn good. And let's get these Seekers through. Outstanding. You guys moving in, and the back objective is going to be pressed. Let's get you guys, bring these Chaos Knights around the back of my opponent's army, and let's get some more Demonettes coming in to rip apart these Swordmasters. So far this fighting isn't going badly. We do get these guys going here, so let's get down. Let's get these Chaos Knights around the backside. My opponent's going to call out what? Pyramid Company. Okay, so we should be able to get these Archers, I think. I think we're going to be able to butter their bread. And let's get the caster going here. Use a Melkoth, Mystifying Miasma. Good. Keep going after the Swordmasters. More Demonettes are on the way up, and Chaos Knights getting a charge, but unfortunately they are going to get attacked by Fireborn. So let's see if we can just get away from them for now. Get some of the Demonettes going after the Fireborn here, and then we can loop down and under. Demonettes should be able to drag down a fair amount of those models, which should be good. So let me turn my volume up here. Did I hit that? Okay, there we go. All right, so now I have sound. Demonettes are getting some damage. Let's kind of keep looping around, see what we can do. And now we can call in some Furies. Let's get the Furies up. Value trading is pretty even, which is very good considering the circumstances. Demonettes keep dragging down the Dragon Princes. Sigvald and company doing great, grinding through Sylvain and Archers. And the backfield fight is going all right, but it could be better for sure. So let's get you guys around the back of these units. These Demonettes need to go butcher them, and we can go ahead and do a Melkoth on them also. All right. Looking good. Chaos Knights did get run down, though, so a little bit unfortunate. We are down on the caster situation. Those Demonettes, which did try and push around the flank, also got their bread buttered a little bit, so that was really bad. But we do have the Furies waiting in the sky. Let's get some of you guys moving here, do a little bit of juking, and we do get a big flanking charge right there. Let's get these Seekers out, down and around, too, if we can. Move you guys up. And, yeah, we do just about break those Swordmasters. So let's get the Furies in there on those. And the Hellscourge boys are doing really good. I'm very, very happy with their performance so far. All right. Slaanesh's Pestilent Glory, let's go, man. Going to be recharging into those Dragon Princes there. We do break the Swordmasters, great. Now we have a full sandwich on these Fireborn, which are a very expensive unit. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's get Sigvald and company to keep doing their thing. And, yeah, the fight's not going terribly, honestly. You guys need to be moving up, and we have our caster. We didn't unsummon it this time, so let's go ahead and just hit you guys with that. All right, so the middle objective is going to be flipping to us, most likely. And up on the high ground, is there anything sneaky we want to do? Let's get some Hellscourges. Go see if we can find any freebies here. Get you guys around the back of this army, and get this Cultist coming in here. And these Demonettes need to just flank into the back of these if possible. Get that sweet Devastating Flanker going. So value trading is pretty even, which is weird. I expected to be more behind after all was said and done here, but seems like it's going okay. Let's move you guys in. Sigvald, how you doing? And Melkoth's man should be ready soon. Yes, just keep grinding here. Where's his caster? Good. So getting that work in, and these Reavers being shut down. Let's get on the Fireborn here, get around the back of the army. And looks like some Swordmasters are fleeing right there. All right, Slaanesh's Perverse Glory is getting there. It is. Yeah, let's move up on the point. Move up on the point. Couple Spears getting into the secondary here. Should be able to temporarily shut down the Archers. And maybe, just maybe, we can do some work against those guys. Yeah, we'll do a sandwiching rear charge and see if it gets the job done. Okay, a couple Chaos Knights have come back, which is actually useful. We probably want to wait and get more Demonettes coming out. They'll trade very well in the infantry fight. And now we're starting to flip the point. We get a nice rear charge there. Let's go ahead and pop a Narcissism to do some damage to them, honestly. And we can do another Melkoth there as well to just kind of butter their bread. All right, so moving up. Demonettes, let's get them over here. Spears just kind of start grinding here. Let's move you guys around the back. And the Hellscourge boys are taking some big casualties, unfortunately. So that was a little bit Bronzodia. But even still, we can probably rear charge those Archers with the Chaos Knights. How's Sigvald looking? Sigvald's doing great. And we do flip the objective. Granted, my opponent's got a little sneaky going on over here, so we probably need to find a way to get something there, because he's going to flip that objective, which would be really, really bad. And let's get Seekers going, and the Demonettes can get into the Swordmasters, which should be very cost-effective. And now we need to get something on this back point, or else we're going to have a really, really bad time. Honestly, just probably some Chaos Furies will clear them off. It's not capture weight, but it gets the job done. All right, so our character here, we're going to have some more Witchcraft here in a second. Let's get the Hell Scourges up there. Now we're starting to actually threaten the back objective, which is kind of a curious idea. Let's get these Chaos Knights across the map again, and we do see a lot of Pure Main Company coming out. Another Malkoths. Do we have any good targets? Any Swordmasters we want to hit? We do have some White Lines of Grace, which are certainly a good target. And boom, we get the attack there. But yeah, oh man, if they flip that, we're going to be in a little bit of danger. Granted, we are kind of like threatening the high ground objective here. So there is that. These Furies are eventually going to get these guys off, I think. But I don't know if it's going to be quick enough. Yeah, value trading is even, but it's not going as quickly as I would like. Yeah, not having that caster in the beginning definitely was very, very troll. All right, so let's pull you guys in. Chaos Knights do break here. And how's Sigvald going? Sigvald's doing okay. Demonettes have made it in, so let's get them up on the point, which unfortunately has just flipped. And we'll get some Hell Scourges on the backside to start clearing that off if we can. All right, so you guys come, and let's get the Hell Scourges. Could have brought them out of Vanguard, I suppose, but yeah, Furies, get here, take those guys down. We have a little bit of Narcissism action, but what we really need to do is win this grind here, which I don't know if we're going to be able to. It's going to be Trixie Hobbitses for sure. Sigvald maybe goes after Larry. That could be something we try and do. And the Furies appear to have cleaned off the point, which is good. And yeah, now we'll get there and get that back. So as far as troops go, Chaos Knights wouldn't be super good. These Demonettes are certainly doing great. Sigvald is doing quite a bit of damage against Larry. So if we can goon Larry here, that would actually be really big. Let's get Larry in a Narcissism, see if we can get a nice little attack there and maybe do a couple more hits on the old damage. Come on, Sigvald. Yeah, we need this. This is what we need. The back objective, it looks like it's going to go back to us. And do we manage to hold that? We did. Oh, that's pretty big, actually. Wow. Okay, that could have been way worse. All right, so let's keep going after Larry. And what we're going to do is use Fascination on Larry, too, to get her rampaging. And then hopefully Sigvald's going to be able to go in for the kill. All right, so Sigvald goes in for the kill. Get some more Demonettes coming up. Outstanding. Get those running. And yeah, this is a pretty nice pick here for us. Granted, we don't have too much time to work with, but Sigvald's about to get the kill on Larry. Yep, Larry's down for the count. All right, so the Lord of the enemy army has fallen. But the question is, do we have enough stopping power to get in there and you know, deal with this? All right, let's get you on the archers here. The Hellscourge Cavalry have secured the back point, so let's move you up. And I think we need to like ninja the back objective somehow. So let's get some Marauder Horsemen going over there. Yeah, that's going to be the play. All right, and we have our Melkoth's caster too, so we need to be more on top of that. Let's do this. Chosen of Slaanesh are fighting hard, but let's maneuver you around this way. A couple archers getting into the back. So we did get that pick, and my opponent's caster, the Mage of Shadows, is going to fall now too, I think, which is nice. So let's go see if we can steal the back objective. That would be pretty good. And yeah, these Demonettes can come, and is there anything I need to clear off? Looks like they're running for the hills. Very good. Sigvald's doing his thing, so let's get Sigvald to, let's get him to the back objective. That's going to be a better play. All right, so let's just keep running up this way. Sigvald heading to the back. Demonettes can keep pushing in the middle for now and just kind of trying to get the value where we can. And it looks like my opponent is going to be calling in some Silvern Guard, which I don't know if they'll get there in time. They probably will, to be honest. But we do get to the point, which is good. Get you guys sandwiching here, and Sigvald and company, good. And do this, and do this. And then you guys get around the back of the army. And how's our caster doing? So he did just get grinded down to the pits, which is unfortunate. But the elves have a shit ton of infantry left, like a whole lot. Yeah, so we need, man, I'm going to have Narcissism in 20 seconds. I don't know if it's going to be fast enough to get me this point, but we do have a lot of cap weight on here now. And if I can get a Narcissism on those Silverin, I mean, my back point is very vulnerable. Demonettes are in a pretty cost-effective fight there. 11 seconds, I don't think it's going to be enough. Unfortunately, those guys do get broken, but let's see if we can just get there real quick and block them from the point and keep Sigvald on it there. All right, come on, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, no, that's not Narcissism. Oh, that's Rampage. Shit. Oh, that's the wrong ability. I'm like, Anakin, I'm too weak. All right, so let's get a frontal charge here. We need to flip this back objective like ASAP, like 10 minutes ago, and looks like we do flip the objective there. So that is ours now, and we do have more units coming, which is good. But my opponent's got a lot of spears, which is very, very dicey. I mean, that buys us some time, but we need to get the middle now, because the back objective is going to basically be impossible to hold. We got more Demonettes coming, and let's get them around. And yeah, we need to just run away at this point. This is not like a sustainable objective at all. So you guys are just going to park on the edge of the point. We do have the 2 cap here, which is very nice. A couple cavalry pieces are nearby. Let's go ahead and flank into the side of these. Demonettes coming in, and let's get our caster to Melkoths here again. All right, spears move in, and Demonettes and cultists and all that sort of good stuff. You do your thing. Yeah, you guys need to just run. God, man, unsummoning that caster was such a setback. I'm so bummed we did that. This probably would have been a good game otherwise. But we do get those guys shaken, and more Demonettes are on the way up. Yes, good. Anakin, good. And we could resummon some Chosen, but that's going to be turbo expensive. We'll leave Sigvald back there to do a little bit of grinding, but overall, we just basically need to find a way to flip this middle point. Demonettes, yeah, man, 1,400 value on them. I'm like, I should have brought more of those. They're just doing the work of the gods here. Let's get into the Beastmen company and pull these cavalry around, do a little bit of skirmishing. It looks like Larry is back. So the High Elves saved up for their Lord, actually, which is pretty crazy. And we are getting a close game here, which I'm actually pretty happy about, honestly. Yeah, I think if we didn't make that big blunder in the beginning, maybe we just pull something off. But let's get Seekers. We need armor piercing. So Seekers are coming in, and we can just keep javelin firing you guys. Let's pull you guys around, see if we can get a sandwiching charge here. And my opponent has some archers. All right, flanking, and cool. This position slowly being broken. We'll have Melkoths here relatively soon. And how are the Demonettes doing? Yeah, they're doing okay. A little bit of archer fire certainly is nobody's best friend. But we're going to be in triple cap territory here rather soon. We have to find a way to flip the middle. All right, let's go chase these archers down, pull you guys back here. We do have Fascination, which honestly, I don't hate popping it on these guys and pulling back and trying to lure them to their demise. Demonettes are running out of steam, so we need to get a big flanking charge here, like a big devastating flank. Yeah, which we might be able to do. We'll have to see. We have a little bit of time to work with, nothing too crazy. All right, and you circle around here. Let's do the rear charge, and the rear charge, hopefully just the devastating flanker alone will be enough to kind of break the position. And we'll pop that. All right, so how are we looking to the backfield? Looking okay. I need some capture weight, though, right now. And honestly, I think I've lost this game. I think that blunder in the beginning was a little bit too much. But, you know, we're still going to give it a good college try. So big flank right there. That was pretty money. Melkoths gets the job done. Demonettes pile in after the Silverin. And what can we call in from the back? It's going to have to be some Hellscourge chosen. But, oh, no, I actually have more Demonettes. All right, let's get the Demonettes coming in. Rear charge into the back of these guys. Looking good. And yeah, those guys are going to do some work if the Demonettes can get the job done. Okay, pull back here. It's a little bit congested. Let's keep moving this way. Sigvald's still bumping and grinding on that objective there, which is good. And these cavalry have gotten back, and the Seekers have also gotten back. So let's go clean up these guys and do a little bit of housekeeping in the backfield. Make sure the archers can't get on the Demonettes. And yeah, I just don't think it's enough time. I don't think it's enough. Yeah, we get you guys up there, try and fight. Sigvald, you know, is trying his best on that back objective. Maybe we got to just go for something there and just hope the grind in the front just goes good over time. As far as like our options to call in goes, we do have some of these guys. Let's get them up and just get a little bit of mobile utility. And let's do another Melkoths on you. Probably should have gone double Melkoths caster. I think that would have been better. All right, so we have some time. Not a whole lot to work with. More and more Demonettes are going to be making their way in. We have some Hellscourge chosen, providing buffering, which is nice. And yeah, Sigvald's doing it, man. He's grinding hard. Let's see if we can get Larry again. We might be able to pick off Larry here if my opponent's not paying attention. So let's go after Larry, and we can use a Narcissism to make sure she doesn't get away. Pull the mobility over here, and yeah, see if we can cheese the High Elf Lord again. We'll try for round 2 on this character. Demonette's still doing great. Value is unfortunately very close. My opponent does have healing, which is not good. And back here, we did get some nice work in. And are we going to get Larry down? Unfortunately, Larry gets my caster. I was hoping to be able to do more damage there, but wasn't quite enough. Back objective is under threat. There are a couple units there, so I'll probably just summon in a Marauder or something to help deal with that. And let's get on these archers. Javelin you down. Only, yeah, there's not enough time. Not enough time. I really like the Demonette performance, so I feel like I've learned a lot about that. They felt like they were pretty damn good. Let's get on these Spearmen here. Sandwich into the back, Javelin you down, and unfortunately, like, I think if the game was another 5 minutes, we could win it. I think we're trading pretty well, but that's not how this game works, so it's not going to be the way. Let's go chase down those archers, keep them from coming back, Javelin them down. Sigvald's going to get a little bit of support here. Let's see if we can break them. And the Furies and company, yeah, that Fury combo with Demonette seems pretty good against High Elf Spears. Seems pretty good. All right, so we broke that character down, which is nice. The caster is officially gone, but yeah, it's GG. Man, man, that unsummon in the beginning hurt. So in the beginning of the game, we lost a lot of momentum because we unsummoned our caster on accident. I just misclicked. I think that cost us, honestly, because it was a really close game. I ended up going up almost 1,000 value. Both Larry's healing, it doesn't mean a whole lot. But yeah, GG well played to my opponent. They played a great match despite that. GG well played. I'm going to tell them. I don't know if they even noticed. Hopefully you didn't see me in the first second of the game. Yeah, so off. God, man, that's such a bummer. Well, we still did good. The Chosen did well, considering 1,500, 800, and I mean, they were fighting Swordmasters too, right? So they were fighting pretty good units, and I think they performed well. Sigvald with 3,000 value, baby. Look at that. Damn. 3,300 value. Melkot's caster was really good. Honestly, I probably should have just cut this other character and brought a second Melkot's caster. I think that would have been really good to wear down those elite troopers. But yeah, he played very well. It was a close game. Could have gone either way. I just think we couldn't afford to lose our momentum in the beginning. Yeah, I saw. Close. All right. GG, well played to my opponent. It was a good game. We tried our best. Unsummoning our caster, not the best play we've ever had. But you know what? It happens. So let's go into the next round. I got to tell my opponent to report the score. Please report score. Please report score, my friend. Learning to play Slaanesh tonight. And so far, I'm seeing a couple little schemes. Can we not see council? I know, we're trying. We're trying. When are they going to fix matchmaking maps so I can jump in and play this game? I know, dude. I know. I think I've made some... most of that value did come from gooning Larry, but it also came from doing work against like the Swordmasters and other units. How cool is this meta that like elite infantry can actually shine a little bit now? It's so much better than the metas of the old. Yeah. Chaos Knights were a bit of a bust, honestly. That was probably a weak link in my build. Just cut the Chaos Knights. But man, Slaanesh is a really fun faction to play, dude. Yeah, I think the Chaos Knights are a little bit of a liability against that many pointy sticks. But dude, they're really cool. Yeah. Chaos Knights definitely get you style points. All right, so let's see how many games we have left. We should be getting ready for our next round tonight. And I wonder if Hadries will win on his Khorne or if he's going to join. Nope, Hadries lost with Khorne. Hadries and I are going to have the battle of the Pit Lords with the worst factions here. Heartseekers are interesting. I think maybe against factions, what would Heartseekers be good against? Maybe a Grand Cathay. Like if you can avoid the missiles and like shut down the missiles effectively with your flyers. Hey, Jay. Oh, sorry, you got the buy round, huh? Well, let me make sure that counts as a win. I need to talk to the developer. For some reason, buy rounds don't always count as wins, which certainly should be fixed. So I'm going to set that up right now, Jay, and you should be all good. Don't unsummon. Yeah, if you want to be good at Slaanesh, don't unsummon your caster literally in the first engagement. And then you'll be good. Then you'll have good trades. Fireborn did good. Yeah, I think they did. I'll check their value in a second. I'm just doing a little bit of admin work, and we'll be going. So streams for the next, like, I don't know, like 2 weeks are going to be late night mostly, as a heads up, simply because it's just too damn hot during the day. Like even with air conditioning on, I'm sitting here just dripping in sweat in this room. It's been like 100 plus. Yeah, Khorne is definitely a Pit Lord faction, Hadries. But you know what? You have a good tiebreaker now. So if your opponent does well, you could still qualify. And if you don't get like Skaven, for example, you might be all right. Chaos Knights are actually pretty good here if you bring like 3 of them. Yeah, it makes sense. I can see that Kane like a critical mass. Yeah, that seems like that could be the way. Fireborn probably did really quite nice, actually. Yeah, 1,100, not bad. You know, not bad at all. They were getting slammed by Melkots, and honestly, Slaanesh seems to have good counters. Again, this is like my first time playing Slaanesh in ages in a tournament, but yeah, they seem to have good counters against high elf heavy cavalry for sure. Yeah, Khorne should get a Slaughter Priest, 100%. If they could get some sort of a mage type character, that would be nice. So we have one match still finishing here. Jay, I've updated your score, so you should be all set. Hadries, you and I will be meeting in the pits of hell, I'm sure. And so I'm going to play either Hadries, Cow, or Ghoul, or Icarus and Consone is going to be our matchup here. Why did that one tourney guy ban Ogres? What makes him so... Ogres are already really good as a faction, but then Creative Assembly decided to make Noblar Trappers like one of the straight up best infantry units in the entire game. So that's why that ended up happening. Hey, well played to my opponent. He played. I love playing against Colin there. Yeah, he's a great high elf player. But Noblar Trappers are just egregiously OP. If you take a look at these things, they're just stupid. For 400 gold, they just like wreck like other infantry equivalents. I'm trying to think of like a good test I could show you, for example. All right, so let's grab some like Empire Swordsmen, for example, right? So we'll get you, and we'll get a couple state troopers. And Noblar Trappers are not supposed to, like, they're like a ranged stock unit. They're not supposed to be like a frontline battle piece that can defeat equivalents on other factions. I don't know if the AI is going to give me a good test. We'll find out. Dusty, thank you for the 20. Appreciate it. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for the years of great content. We'll keep it going. I haven't kept up with bounce changes for this game. It's getting close. Yeah, Elite Infantry have gotten better because they removed some of the natural predators to Elite Infantry. So things like Vortex Magic. Oh my God, huge donation from mostly Amiable. Thank you, $100. Holy shit. I didn't see that coming in. God damn. That is a super generous one. Okay, I'll show you this in the next round. We are going to the next round right now. So, dude, thank you for that, Amiable. Thank you so much. All right, so we got Consone as our opponent. So if we can win our next couple games, we could qualify for top 4. I have faith that our high elf opponent will do very well. and give us a good tiebreaker, which is what we need. So we need our high health player to win the next few matches. I think we could do well. Yeah, I liked that build. Sigvald was really disruptive. I think like the other Slaanesh characters are a little bit too big of a target in those like missile factions. All right. So let me, we'll show you guys this test later, but my next round opponent's waiting for me right now. So let me find them and we'll get a lobby up. Thank you for joining. Amiable, thank you. Holy shit, that is a generous one. We'll try and win a game in your honor tonight. We'll try our best. I can't promise too much. Slaanesh, I want to play them more. I think they're really underrated. I know they have the lowest win rate in the game right now, but I do think that they're underrated. All right. All right, where's my opponent here? They have a funky name spelling. It's like some tricksy hobbitses. All right, where are you at? I see you, Precious. I see you up here somewhere. All right, come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Where are you? All right, so Wood Elves. All right, this could be interesting. So Wood Elves and the map is going to be round 2. It's a classic. It's a brawl versus the hardwood. Should be great. Should be great. Thoughts on Bretonnia right now? Yeah, they're a little bit OP. Very OP, I should say. Bretonnia is pretty egregious. Yeah, they're very, very nasty. Yeah, big problem. Big problem. All right, so we have our opponent. Let's go ahead and think what we want to bring. Probably not super elite since they can just kind of snipe them down. You could go super wide, like a rush type builds. I'm trying to think what would be like some weird forbidden tech here that hasn't been explored too much. You're just here for the cast? Great, so you're here to see me flail around with Slaanesh and trying to figure it out. All right, I like to hear that. So we need that. I always wonder about Sliver Slash. Seems like it could be kind of a cool thing. All right, so the hardwood is here. Let's do this. And for the casters, I really like that Melkoth caster. Granted, Slaanesh's Lore of Magic is very good too. Getting that that huge lore passive is just sweet. So I think we probably do that, maybe. Let's cut you, cut that, and then for spells, probably this, probably that, and then we can also do, how much does that cost? And then we have that, and yeah, we'll just drag that one in there too. Dryad Screeching. I actually have no idea what to do in this matchup. I'm just like trying to figure this out here. I'm like, all right, how do we deal with these units? I mean, I know the old meta was like Chaos Knights with in Warhammer 2. It would have been like the equivalent of like a Chaos Knight build versus these guys, which, you know, could be very, very strong. But yeah, I don't know. Slaanesh does have missile units in Age of Sigmar. Yeah, I don't think in Fantasy they did. In Fantasy, they just have Marauder Horsemen. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Somebody might correct me here. All right, so let's see. So we got the hardwood. My opponent rocking a Yasuo from League of Legends. Oh, with Zed on the other side. Very cool. Some lore from the Forgotten Realms. What about chariots here? Like Hellflayers kind of seem like they could be fun. They do in theory hit pretty hard against like the armor. I don't know. Yeah, it seems a little bit janky here. All right, so let's grab you. I do like that, and a single Chaos Knight would be neat. Hellscourge Marauders probably don't beat Dryads. I wouldn't guess. I could be wrong. I could be wrong for sure, but I don't think they do. Yeah, something to think about. All right, so let's grab you, and for the rest of the units here for our next Disappearing Act, I think Forsaken aren't bad here. I think their shock damage can be pretty impactful against like Wood Elf Light Infantry. Fiends of Slaanesh to chase down archers. Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah. So let's get you guys and get this and I do like that. That seems like it's a pretty solid little build right there. Let's throw you up on the high ground. We got some cavalry coming out, so I think we just go with these. Seekers don't seem terribly relevant here. I think always having one Fury in the back pocket is useful. And maybe a couple Marauder Horsemen just to javelin things down. Like Dryads and War Dancers and Blade Singers are all pretty weak against javelin fire, so I think I like that. The infantry choices here are interesting. Like, I want to use Demonettes. Demonettes will wreck Dryads, they'll wreck Eternal Guard. Blade probably won't trade super well with some of the other Blade type units, but they are really quick. What's nice about them is they get up to the points like really, really fast. Chaos Dwarves have some really buggy units. They're not like the most OP, but they're definitely a little bit imba if you allow them to use every unit on their roster. Yeah, Chaos Knights are definitely Chads here, 100%. They are going to be very good. Like, I think you just go with 2 Chaos Knights, maybe. And I want to bring some cool infantry unit. I guess it's just going to end up being the Mirror Guard again. All right, Mirror Guard it is. You know, sign me up for that same old shift. All right. Chaos Knights, yeah, Chaos Knights can definitely catch their prey. Let's get you, and you, and you. How's our infantry support looking? Probably a couple basic Marauders would be welcome. Spear Marauders, Hellscourge Marauders. Yeah, Hellscourge Marauders I think are the way. They're very good. Good stats. Go Fiends for the entertainment. So for Chaos Dwarves, they have a handful of buggy units, but the real buggy unit is the what's it called? The trains. So the Iron Demons, the Skullcrackers. If you go and load into a custom battle right now, my friend, and you have a Skullcracker battle a Chaos Giant, it'll be a close fight, which is like the dumbest shit ever. Did I forget something here? Let me check. Okay. Yeah, looking fine, and yeah, all right. I think we're all good to go. Yeah, Sigvald's great, man. Although, yeah, well, you know, if we lose this game, we're just going to be in full experiment mode. Like, I'm still trying to get to the finals here, but if you lose 2 matches, you have no chance. So, we're going to try here with what I think is meta. One cool tech, though, I brought like a different ROR that you probably don't see often. Yeah, it should be great. You bring in the ROR halberds? No, oh, the Princes of Perfection? They're not halberds, they're spears. But yeah, I think I have them in reserve. They seem okay. Yeah, they seem okay. Anti-infantry one can beat spears, not sure. I think Dryads win. Dryads just hit very hard. But I think Hellscourge Warriors are the way to go here. Silver shields, high armor. The only thing on the Wood Elf roster that will probably beat them is going to be Blade Singers, which you can potentially punish with spells as well as your cavalry. And you can also cast Acquiescence to kind of change that dueling, I think. I almost feel like double Melkoths is just like maybe better, but the Slaanesh magic is really nice. All right. So let's get homeboys going here. We have our blob of Hellscourge Warriors. My one forbidden tech that I brought is the Sibilant Slaughtercade. Like, Chaos Chariots in general aren't bad against elves. A little bit vulnerable against cavalry, but these things hit very hard. They have devastating flankers, soul hunters, a couple things like that. We can send 1 spear unit like up to the high ground to kind of test that one. Sigvald's going to move up and just be, you know, do what Sigvald does. Got you, Chaos Knights in the trees for now, and then we have the Sibilant Slaughtercade, which I'm thinking of maybe playing the high ground objective too. That could be kind of a fun idea, actually. Don't the princes beat Chaos Knights in a closed environment? Dragon Princes? I actually don't know. I'd have to test that. It depends on which god you're talking about. Like, Nurgle has poison. These guys have physical resist as well as flanking, so they're more about flanking rather than, like, head-up fighting. Yeah, good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's see how this goes. All right, I need to wake up, man. I know it's, like, super late at night, but I've had this, like, brain fog lately. I should probably get checked for, like, sleep apnea or something. I'm just, like, I'm falling apart here. All right, where are we at? Looking good. You desire, yes. Oh, Durthu. All right, let's go to the low ground here. So Durthu is kind of a weird pick. I don't have a ton that's like good against that type of a character. So we're just gonna like ignore this high ground objective. What do I even have against Durthu? Okay, so I have some spears and I have a couple Marauder Horseman javelins. My opponent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 3 stealth archers. So probably gonna be triple Daka. So we're going to set up like this, control the low ground. We're going to keep our Chaos Knights hidden in the trees, hoping my opponent will kind of like move into them a little bit, and then we can get that sweet value. That's a cool build, though. I like the Durthu tech. I think it's kind of some forbidden stuff. We'll get the Marauders moving over there, and the Hellscourge boys will shore up the center. And yeah, my opponent does have the high ground, Anakin. It does have the high ground. So we'll pull you back, and you guys move up. And there's got to be some hidden archers in the trees. I love this ambush here, though. I feel like if they advance down the hill, we're going to get some really good, we're going to get some good stuff. All right, so in the back, we get Spellweaver of Life. Durthu does have a couple spells, but nothing too crazy. And on the back side here, what do we want to call in? We have a spear unit moving across. So I think I'm just going to do a little bit of Javelin and like try and force out their missiles and see what they have. So we're just going to go like Javelin some Dryad units, right? Sigvald will grab this point. We'll park you here and you here. And now we get to see what archers they have. If they don't bring out the archers, we're just going to get a lot of free value. So I just want to see what they have. That's the game plan. And if we can even lure them to chase these horsemen into the tree line here, that's going to be pretty money. All right, so the objectives, yeah, perfect. We see the cavalry. Oh, Sisters, Glade Riders. Yeah, the Sisters. Oh, somebody already got this bounty on Tavern. I hope they're not going for the bounty thinking they can get it. But this is perfect. So if we can lure them to chase us into the trees, then we're going to be cackling all the way to the bank. So that's going to be a Flock of Doom, which will do a little bit of damage, nothing too crazy. Let's fan out those units and just keep javelining them. And it looks like the 2 low ground objectives are going to be secured. Let's pull you over here and just kind of keep poking. So we're forcing Winds of Magic out, which is great. We'll have a second Chaos Knight to call out of the wings. And overall, I think we'll be okay here. All right, so we got that objective. Let's get our caster over here so we can potentially rampage if need be. Have you kind of fill the gap and see what we can get done. So Sigvald's got the objective. We have the 2 cap on them. So feeling pretty good about that. And does not look like we lured them into the trees. Not yet. All right. So Sigvald, you want him like here, and you want to make sure he's facing the right direction so he gets his like silver shield. Yeah, otherwise, you know, you're going to be suffering a little bit. So let's keep hitting these units. Pull down here, pretend like we're not paying attention, then get the counter charge. The dreaded Slaneshi ambush will be underway soon. Sigvald can go start battling those dryads, and let's pretend like we're not watching here and get the Chaos Knights to counter charge. Pull you guys out, and now it is time to spring the traps. All right, so my opponent was watching. They were watching. Oh, we just moved out of the trees just barely. All right, time to just do a little bit of a cross push here. So let's get you up. Let's get you going here and get you guys going over here. And we can trigger the Lash of Slanesh to get the melee attack buff. As a matter of fact, yeah, that should be enough. All right, so you guys move up. Chaos Knights move into the side of these dryads, and you move into the side of the dryads as well. Let's get you guys behind. And the back objective is being pressed, so we need to make sure to try and secure that if we can. All right, brutal charge there in the side. Absolutely nasty shit as the Chariots and Chaos Knights continue to cause havoc. So let's loop them around, pull back and through. The Sibilant Slaughtercade getting smashed by someone. I'm not sure what. But even still, Chaos Knights should be able to fight them there. And you guys can go here. So let's do this and do this. And now let's call out another Chaos Knight unit, move them up, and see what we can get done. All right. So the Javelin Fire is going well. Sigvald's on the run. We need our caster to do a little bit of acquiescence. So let's just do that right here on these Glade Riders. Lower their stats down a little bit. And our sweet, sweet Chaos Knights are just in the basically the perfect grind. They're doing excellent work. Sigvald's going to re-engage. Chaos Knights here. Let's bring them down and under, and that back objective should be secure for us. So now let's do a little sneaky. Not so sneaky, but let's get some Forsaken, move them up to that point, see if we can get a little bit of pressing going here. And Wild Riders are coming around the flank right now, right? So they're going to go for the Wild Hunters of Kurnus, which we should be able to win against with all things considered. All right, so let's get this Chariot away. We've broken through. Sigvald and company doing great. Hellscourge Marauders doing awesome. So let's Javelin down the Wild Hunters of Kurnus, get these Chaos Knights looping around, and we probably need to make sure we stay on the objective. All right, Chaos Knights retreat back. Sibilant Slaughtercade has done it. Now we just want to get the Chaos Knights to not tar pit themselves in spears. Now let's charge and pull you guys back, and now we need to get the big debuff here. So we're going to go ahead and Pavane of Slanesh them for damage. Park these guys behind, and the Chariot can go there. Forsaken can go there. Let's get another Forsaken unit heading up there, and overall this fight's very good. Chaos Knights will trade well, especially with Slanesh debuffs and stuff on them. It's going to be absolutely brutal. All right, so we're going to charge in here. We need to get a little bit more damage. Sigvald able to chase those units down. This objective looking very secure over here. Let's get some spears heading to the middle. But that's pretty nasty stuff. That was very good. Unfortunately, this objective's going to flip. I don't know where the cap weight is coming from, honestly. I should have had these guys parked on the objective here, but, you know, bit of a potato, it happens. So Sisters of the Thorn get broken up. Let's charge with our Chaos Knight, see what we can do. Do another Lash of Slanesh to get the melee attack buff across our entire army. And it looks like we managed to maintain that objective. Forsaken have arrived, and they're going to be capturing that top objective while we continue taking relative control of this game, I would say. All right, so let's get into the Wild Riders. We need to get our caster over there for the debuffs, and we can rampage them. And cool, so we maintain capture weight here. Sigvald's still grinding, and these Chaos Knights, I don't know what the hell's happening with them, but man, old school tactics using the rampaging guys. Yeah, all right. So let's cast that acquiescence there. Forsaken can collapse down on these cavalry, and the Sibilant Slaughtercade can rear charge into the spears. And let's go ahead and get some Mirror Guard coming out too. All right, so the Mirror Guard on the way. Dryads going to get cleaned up over here. Chaos Knights causing huge havoc in the backfield. And where's our other Chaos Knight unit? I know there's one here, and the other one is back there. All right, both Chaos Knights are just super heavily entrenched in battle. Durthu is actually taking a surprising amount of damage from these javelins. They're just kind of sitting on him. We might actually be able to kill Durthu, which I think could be good. All right, so all over the battlefield, we have Hell Scourges defending that objective. Let's take a big macro look at everything, kind of evaluate our situation. I think we got this one to the bag. We're up value, and the Chaos Knights are basically just going balls deep in the backfield and causing massive havoc. Forsaken will trade well there. And overall, now I think it's time to just start playing for the end game. So let's just kind of start securing and doubling down so the Wood Elves can't really do much in the mobile sense. Sigvald getting the job done. Could have moved some spears up to support these Chaos Knights a little bit earlier. That was probably a little bit Bronzodia of me. Sibilant Slaughtercade doing nice. Let's recharge into these spears, break them. And yeah, the Horsemen probably going to get cut off here. Nice flank from the sisters. Hopefully these Chaos Knights will be able to kind of endure a little bit longer. And Durthu is actually looking to be a little bit worse for wear. Let's debuff him, triggering the melee attack buff for our entire army. And move these guys up. And yeah, I think we got this one. So Slaanesh is going to be taking one home here tonight. So we're still in running. As long as our tiebreaker does well and we go 3-1, I think our odds are pretty respectable. Hey, thank you for becoming a channel member. I don't know how to say your name, but thank you so much. Man, I really, really appreciate that. Hopefully you're enjoying this this sweaty, hot Slaanesh action right now. All right. So coming down the hill, Slaanesh going to be moving in. Chaos Knights like got broken eventually, but like 10 years later, right? So let's get the Princes of Devotion, move them up. Those are going to be some good quality spear units. Spears, just get in there and go cause some havoc. Horsemen are out of ammo. I'm probably just going to unsummon them at this point, just to get a little bit of that going. And we can fascinate these guys. That'll rampage those Sisters of Thorn, and then they're basically just going to come to their doom. So let's do that. We got one of them rampage, which is outstanding. This objective looking very secure. High ground objective being guarded by Forsaken. Not the tankiest unit in the world, but still pretty resilient. And we did get the rampage on that one unit, which is great. So Slaanesh does have some tricks of their own. Pavane costs 10 wins, so I don't have enough for that right now. But the Sisters are being taken down. And it looks like some cavalry going to be charging in here. But the Hellscourge Marauders are going to be an unholy nightmare to deal with. Anything else we can rampage here? I don't think so. I think we're fine. All right, so that objective's looking good. Let's get the Spear Boys out to the center. I think the side point is okay. Next up, we'll rampage the Sisters, but they haven't taken enough damage yet. In order to successfully rampage a unit, they have to meet basically a specific damage threshold. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping here. Forsaken and you guys. Sigvald can make his way over here, and the infantry should be there in a moment. And what is this caster doing? This caster is getting real bananas here, dude. Because we can rampage this caster if we get a little bit of damage on it. Let's get Sigvald and caster moving together. Princes of Perfection can move here. Keep you guys lined up there. High ground objectives looking okay. Do a little bit of housekeeping, and once again, let's just get Hellscourge Boys coming back out. So move them up. And I brought Demonettes. I'm not sure what for. I was like, maybe they'll be good at like getting to an objective quickly with 5 capture weight. That was kind of the school of thought I was using, but even still, it looks like they're not able to get this objective. So I think we got this one in the old bag here. I think we do. All right, let's go here. Let's do this. Cavalry, nice cycle charging for my opponent. It's good stuff. In the middle, looks like a little bit of pressure. Nothing that those defensive units aren't going to be able to handle. And that is it. GG, well played. Still got it, baby. We can win a game. That was a cool build for my opponent, man. Triple Sisters with Durthu. They didn't do terribly. Like, he was charging and, you know, using his ammo well. Sigvald with 1100. Hellscourges are just a pain. Chaos Knights, Sibilant Slaughtercade didn't do as well as I thought it would have. But you know what? It was a fun game. GG, well played. Yeah, Slaanesh feels like they're underrated. They definitely deserve a better win rate. GG, well played. GG, well played. All right, so let's report that one. That's going to be 1-0 here. And we won with Slaanesh versus Wood Elves. I actually don't know what I would do in that matchup. If they went like Waywatcher and like that really kind of like, yeah, I don't know, and Blade Singers and stuff, that feels like they could actually be really good against Slaanesh in some regards. I don't know. Blade Singer blobs. I wonder how they do against Hellscourges. That's the question. All right, so reporting the score. We got that. You think the inexpensive Arrow? Yeah, it's pretty good. The Sibilant Slaughtercade, I've seen it do well before. All right, so yeah, let's go look at how these Chaos Knights do. 1100 value. Yeah, cool. I love that, man. That was a fun build from him. So you guys wanted to see the oh no, why did it pull me? I literally went to Battle vs AI and it put me back in there. All right. Hey, thank you for the donation. What is your name? Talusa. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It's a good time. So we're going to show you what these damn gremlins do. They're very nasty. So these are the I think one of the core reasons why Ogre Kingdoms are a little OP. I mean, sure, Ogres do have some bad matchups, but Ogres are OP in Dom. In Land Battle, I don't know. I still feel like in Land Battle they'd be pretty gross because of how good Nobbler Trappers are. Yeah, I'm always a little bit disappointed by Slaanesh Chariots for some reason. I'm always a little bit sad about it. I don't know what it is. So let's refresh this. Let's look here. How are we looking? All right, Platypus defeating my opponent there. Curse you, Platypus, for ruining my tiebreakers. And then we will go to the next round. Let's see. Yeah, so we still have a handful of games left to finish. All right, so let's just get these Nobblars, move them up, and we can get the... It's not going to be a perfect test because it's AI, but, you know, it's better than nothing. So The thing is, these little guys, they have like a weird Mortis Engine effect, so they do a deceiving amount of damage. It's pretty crazy. So, you know, in a normal situation, they would engage using their Ninja Stars initially, right? And you would just get the Ogre Tyrant to get in. So we want to make sure the infantry of the Empire get like a good trade. And then we just get like a Lord duel, right? All right, so a little bit closer you go. And then we get you guys charging, you guys charging. Not the best test. The AI didn't really do a good job of it, but basically the Noblar Trappers will just annihilate enemy infantry of like similar price. You see how there's like a Mortis Engine effect going down, like draining these Empire State Troopers? The Noblars are winning by a massive margin, and they have a huge model count. It's a bonus versus infantry. So not only are you getting like a stock unit, you're getting a unit with stock, with ranged, and also now they have a bonus versus infantry and will outtrade most equivalent frontline choices. So any other factions like equally priced chaff units will trade pretty poorly into Noblar Trappers, right? Which is rough. So some of the state troopers here, they had the help of the Lord, but you can see how it's like, you know, over here, it's Noblar Trappers you're winning. I mean, it's a close-ish fight, but this shouldn't be close. With the amount of utility you're getting from them, it's kind of stupid. So they just will win you most frontline fights. Sounds, all right, let's see here. So refresh this. Let's do it. And check here. All right, so drop at start of next round, probably. Or let's see here. If they drop now or wait, drop now. Okay, so my opponent has to drop, not my opponent, but the player I just played had to drop. Want me to do it for you. A little bit of secret agent admin work, which is good. Trappers cost 400. They cost basically the same as most baseline troops, but they shouldn't trade well with frontline sword and board infantry. That's like look at the stat difference, 18 and 26. Empire State Troopers have a stat line in the 30s, I believe, with some of their stats. Yeah, 32 and 32. They should get crushed by frontliners. But they have their range utility, they have stock, like that's what you get from them. It's like they're not supposed to bash frontline troops that well. Yeah. Trappers are 400. They should, with their current kit as it is, they should cost like 450 to 500. Because you're just getting so much out of that. You're getting so much. I got you. All right, so one sec, guys. Just got to do a little bit of adminning and we get ready for the next round. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Okay, looks good. And yeah, so we got our 2 Swiss points here, which shouldn't be the case. I should just have just 1. So let me fix that right now. And we'll get ready to advance. Yeah, I think they either need to remove the bonus versus infantry or increase their cost. You know, that it's one of the two. The bonus versus infantry, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, did they think that ogres needed something to kill spears? Ogres don't really have problems with spears. You could just throw Noblars under bulls and you just crush them. Unless, I mean, maybe Silverin are a little bit more problematic, I guess, for them. I don't know. I don't know what sort of weird schemes these are. Okay. So it looks like that should be all fixed up. Yeah, they're very play a quick battle. We're not going to need to. The next round's going to start like any second. It's a pretty small event tonight, so overall, yeah, it's going to be a little bit small. So one round, we got Ghoul Baby versus Hadries. I will be playing. It looks like our undefeated players are Platypus, Jay Phoenix, and Supreme. And Kane, my tiebreaker. He needs to get some wins under his belt to give me a good tiebreaker here, or else we're going to be in some danger. Yeah, so we'll be starting our next round like before I could finish a quick battle. Yeah, ogres didn't need any buffs. I don't know what they were thinking with that. It was a very strange change. And here's the thing you have to remember, guys. CA, when they're doing their bouncing, they take their bouncing data from quick battles. I don't really think they take some tournament feedback into play, but a lot of their bouncing data comes from quick battles, which are just, you play it on terrible maps. I don't even know if they fully fixed the cheating mod. Like there's a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff. So hopefully they're not putting too much credence into the quick battle data. And looking here, let's see. Tournament chat, I have been pinged. Cheers, good luck, have fun. And heading to the page here. All right, looks like we're ready for the next round. Let's advance it. No longer will there be any buys, which is nice. Cow Z should have gotten one more point. Yes, so he got a win here, so he should be on 1. Yeah, and Iron Guts got buffed too. But yeah, I think if they just rein in Noblars, like that will help a lot. That will help a lot. Ogres are bad in single player. Yeah, you think so? But like, in what situation though? Hear me out. If like you're making the argument for a campaign, in what situation do people like spam tier 1 units in campaign for a long time? I mean, like, yeah, if you're doing like some sort of a funky thing, maybe. But really, I mean, you're going to move on from Noblar Trappers in campaign pretty damn quick. So I don't think you need much. Like, that doesn't seem to make sense to me. CA bounces on a 2-month delay. Well, so does Games Workshop with their tabletop game. All right, so checking here. Yeah, Cow got the W, and everybody's ready. So let's advance to the next round. Good luck, have fun, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we got Stingers. Let's get it. So let me find my opponent here. Load in. I don't know what Stingers is playing. I think they're playing like Kislev or something. Yeah, I think they picked Kislev at the last second. I actually don't know what this matchup looks like. This is going to be interesting. All right, Stingers, and let's get you in there. Good luck, have fun. And there we go. All right. So playing a dreaded RTK opponent, strong player for sure. Celestial Lake is going to be the map, so classic map winner. This is the one that won our map making contest. And let's start throwing this build together. I'm pretty sure they're playing Kislev, so you guys are going to get Kislev one way or the other tonight. All right, perfect. Yeah, that's true. In campaign, you do use cheap tier 1 range units up until turn 40. Although with Ogres, I don't know if you would. That constitutes units like Archers, like with the Empire. Like, yeah, you're always going to do that. I don't know if that would be as much the case for like Noblar Trappers, though. Yeah. All right. Let me see, Hadries. You got Platypus again? All right, so how does that make sense? You got Platypus again. Oh, it's because there's only 3 undefeated players, Hadries, and you have the highest tiebreaker score. So, thanks for that. I didn't do that. Let's see here. I think the other players are already in the lobbies together. Yeah, look at Arrow in chat. He knows. He's got the right attitude. Crush him, dude. You know his build from last time. All right, so we got Stingers here. Oh, of course Arrow shows up when we're playing Slaanesh, of all things. Yeah. All right, so Kislev, eh? This is going to be an interesting one. So let's get you guys, and then we can throw in a little bit of this. I think that's nice. Seekers are always very good in this matchup. I think they're fast, they're furious. Yeah, it's pretty small tourney. It's all good. Just get some reps, suffer a little bit, you know. Embrace it. Chaos Knights against Kislev. I mean, Warbear Riders are going to probably do pretty well against them. The Lore of Slaanesh seems pretty good here, but so does the double Melkoths. The problem with going double Melkoths with these guys is that, is that the Chaos characters are not cheap to begin with. Yeah, they're not cheap. Haven't seen Anticity? Yeah, it's because he doesn't play anymore. I think he covers other things on YouTube now, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. He has moved on. Yeah, all right, so let's see here. That looks good to me. I like that set of spells. Feels good. Kislev coming in, probably with bears. Too bad it's the same factions, I know. You guys could flip. You could play Skaven, he could play Khorne. We don't actually do that, but that would be funny. All right, so what else do we want to bring? What is like some weird forbidden tech that Kislev would struggle to deal with? So obviously it's going to be bear sleds, most likely. We need some probably... Oh, this actually feels like kind of a fun idea. I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea. So we get you, throw a couple of these in. Oh, dude, you guys are going to love this. This is some truly forbidden tech here against the old Kislevites. All right, so what else do we want to bring in reserves? Hell Scourges will probably outtrade the Dervishes, but will they? Yeah, they should win, but I don't know. Still feels like a little bit of an ugly fight. Anticity has left us until the next DLC, probably. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back, I'm sure. I don't know how much I like Chaos Knights here. I mean, I guess a single Chaos Knight could crush through a lot, but there's Kislev usually these days just spams Kossars, so I don't think that that's going to be the play. Hey, welcome to the stream. Your first time, huh? Yes. Yes, let the good times flow. Hey, Turin, I just want to say you're the only thing keeping me into Warhammer 3. Hey, I'm glad to hear it, man. It's fun. These tournaments are great. Like, I honestly sometimes just straight up forget that single player exists. I'm just like having so much fun with this that I just am like, oh yeah, that's a thing too. What weird things could I bring that would catch my opponent off guard? Forsaken don't feel very good. Baseline Marauders, probably not a bad idea, especially just Spear Marauders as like a core piece. I think that's good. And let's get the Princes of whatever the hell these things are princes of there. Okay, this build is really cool actually. Yeah, it's a rad build, dude. I like this a lot already. I dig it. Can you dig it? You guys remember the days when spamming Chaos Spawn was a thing? Man, times are changing. Ah, that's good stuff. Some good water right there. Extra thirsty. All right, so Stinger's still making a build. Let me make sure my opponent doesn't have any questions. No admin stuff for the round. I don't think so. So if we can win here, that'd be pretty good. If we can win this one and then the one after, our odds of making top 4 are relatively decent. Granted, Platypus is playing Skaven, which I think are a pretty good counter against Slaanesh. Yeah, it would be hard to break through a Skaven battle line for sure with the Unholy Hordes. Yeah, I don't know. How the hell do you beat Skaven with like these Chaos factions? It feels hard. It feels hard for sure. Poor Hadrius is at it, round 2. Hey, Turin, thanks for getting me through the Haggard Pain of Wisdom Teeth. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. I had that done when I was like, what, 21, 20 or something? Yeah, a long time ago. Dude, this build is as cool as Kislev. Yeah, it is. Guys, I have Seekers and I have a Soul Grinder. You know why? Because I think my opponent's going to show up with a bear. I don't know why. I just have this like weird feeling that a Dread Bear is going to appear right now. Just this fat, thick bear. Yeah, Armored Kossars are a huge threat. Absolutely. Demonettes trade well into them, but Demonettes get wrecked by Kossar fire. So there's like some... It's a bit of a double-edged blade. Yeah. It's a little bit scary. But we'll see what we can do. Thank you guys for joining tonight. I'm sorry about the late nights. I know it's hard for some of you guys to make, but with the current heat, where I am in California, 100 degrees every day, it's just like streaming during the day when the sun is full bore is just like, it's just hell on earth. Plus, I didn't really know this was a thing, but apparently it's been so hot that it's been putting pressure on like the infrastructure to an extent. And the internet's been like really bad during the day, like all over Southern California. So like streaming during the day for that reason also is not good because just straight up the internet is like bad. So we got double Hellscourge because they're just the coolest unit on the roster. We have Fiends of Slaanesh and a single Spear who's going to hold the back objective. So it's a pretty elite army, but overall I think it's going to be badass. I mean, who doesn't love Fiends of Slaanesh? Come on, look at these things. And in theory, they could be like a good dual utility against Kislev infantry too. Yeah, the bear would have some issues against the Soul Grinder. The Soul Grinder plus Sigvald plus debuffs. I think that could be fun. But yeah, let's see what my opponent's got. Let's move it on up. Hopefully not Little Groms. Although Little Groms will suck on this map because of the way the terrain's laid out. So let's actually move you guys over here. Keep you in the bushes. We got to be as sneaky as possible. Yeah, Fiends. I'm thinking there might be okay. All right, so is that a Little Grom? No, it's not. Okay. So yeah, standard, very standard Kislev. Like about as standard and vanilla as you can get from the looks of things. And we'll keep these Fiends. Oh, dude, I love this. I have a sneaky little alley I can move my units through. Hell yeah. So Chariots. Oh, did my game crash? Oh, wow. Hold on, did the game crash? What's going on here? Some witchcraft, hold on. Let me message my opponent. Tell them the game crashed. And we'll just restart with the same armies. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Well, that was weird. That doesn't happen often. So let me go ahead and get an intermission up. Wow, Discord even crashed too, right? As I talk about like internet being weird. You guys are still here, right? The stream didn't crash or anything? Yeah, we'll restart. All right. We both did. Restart. Same armies. Good luck, have fun. All right, so yeah, he crashed also. That wasn't just me. Yeah, that wasn't just me. The Fiends and the Soul Grinder were too much. Unfortunately, I didn't get a screenshot of the armies, but we'll do our best to make them as similar as possible. My opponent's a great person. They wouldn't switch it up based on what they saw. All right, it's cool. So let's have them host. And I'll jump on in there. Probs, because I force quit. Okay, so let's get in there, rejoin the lobbies, join with code, and we're back in, baby. Hopefully it saved my army. That would be very nice. Come on. Oh, curses. I got to remake it. Oh, is it going to save it? Oh, man, I don't think it did. All right, so I more or less remember the army. So we'll just redo this. So, okay. So, yeah, this looks pretty similar to the army like what I started with, interestingly enough. Okay, so let's get this. I had a Slaanesh caster with all those fun abilities. Blissful Rapture, of course. And then the main core was Big Chungus here, Big Chungus there. And double big man, and then a single one of you. Perfect. So that's like the exact same spend with our main army. We got that. What else did we have in reserve here? We had one of these. And then we had Seekers, obviously. Didn't save mine. Making it as close as I can recall. Unless you have a screen. All right. So the starting army looks good. The rest of the forces, I think we had the 750 RORs there, a couple more Marauders, and I think we had some Hellscourge action. There was no Chaos Knights, to my knowledge. Yeah, he's saying no worries. I'm like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, I think it was something like this. I think we're pretty close to the money here. And that would be a bit of money, yes. Perfect. Cheap cavalry. I think we had one of those. Let's get this, and then we can go ahead and can we find a way? That and that. All right. I think we are about good. I think we're solid here. Outstanding. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's get it. Here's the army if you guys want to see it in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I had a spear as one of my last ones. This router. That wasn't our internet. That was, we actually both crashed. God, imagine how good multiplayer in this game could be if they just gave us dedicated servers, dude. Oh man, it'd be so good. If we could get dedicated servers with like a good map pool, I would straight up get on like every day and just stream quick battles. If we actually had like a good quick battle system, it really bums me out that we don't. And the leaderboards also don't work on quick battle too. So it kind of de-incentivizes you from wanting to do that. I wish there was more Warhammer 3 competitive content to watch. Yeah, there's not too much. There's a handful of channels that do it, but it's a pretty small little niche community that we have here, but we have a good time. Our War Keeper of Secrets. Oh no, that would be terrible. Kislev is really good at killing big light armor, or big light units. Hey, look, the weather's changed. All right. Hopefully it doesn't crash this time. So we got two Chosen of Slaanesh. I figured that they'll grind really well with Kossars, and they will win that grind. Sigvald is just like so good. He just basically sits on objectives and cackles, right? And let's hide the fiends in the bushes and get the spear over here, and we're ready to go. How much would a server cost them to set up? It'd probably, like, it'd be like a drop in the ocean for Sega to like probably set it up, honestly. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, multiplayer, I think CA gave me the data on it recently. I remember I asked them in a meeting that we had, how many games are played a day? I think it's like 3,500 quick battle games are played per day when you combine domination and land battles. Yeah. Which is still actually a fair amount. I was surprised to hear it. Oh, I just like spoiled my ambush. Okay, well, that's fun. So sleds are going to be a bit of a problem, obviously. We probably want to bring the fiends over to keep the bear sleds from just going apeshit in my backfield. And we can pull you back. Actually, we need you to kind of protect this. Sigvald and company are going to head up into the trees. I might be able to rampage one of the sleds too, which could be cool. Yeah, multiplayer isn't what sells DLCs. Exactly, yeah, exactly. No, they got their priority straight, which is fair. You know, it's a single player game. I don't get upset about it. It's, you know, it is what it is. The fiends have what, 95 speed? Caster is going to be a Gust of True Flight caster, okay. And the big boys are moving up towards the objective here. Fiends are nearby. Let's move you guys up a little bit. Keep our caster near. Bear sleds are kind of trolling about, but we got to make sure they can shoot us, but we don't want them to get like charges in for free, basically. So we're going to go like just hog wild and bring another Fiend of Slaanesh. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something there, you know? Like, I feel like there's a little like razzle-dazzle, something in the secret sauce that, you know, people aren't you know, exploring here, but I could be wrong, and they could just straight up lose me the match, but that's okay. Okay, so let's get you here. Pull the fiends back a little bit deeper set. Objective's going to be opening soon, and now you guys can move in. Just countercharge here. Spears should be braced, so they should have charge bonus against these units. And now we actually get a charge into the sleds, which could be potentially good. If we can do a little bit of damage against them, we can rampage. All right, let's move over there, and we can call in some cavalry here. So let's get some Seekers and move those guys across. We do get a little bit of damage against these sleds, not bad at all. Not enough to rampage them, though, which is unfortunate. So, oh, we might actually be able to rampage this one now. It's taking a little bit of damage. So we're going to move up, try and rampage this bad boy, and get that caster back. And we didn't do enough damage to rampage it, unfortunately. So we're going to pay the troll toll there a little bit. All right, so you guys move up, and you Seekers can come across. And overall, I would say that trade was pretty good. Let's get you guys back in the trees. The rampage didn't go off, which is unfortunate. But, you know, overall, he took more damage than I did there, I think. All right, so let's move you guys out and across. Seekers are at the ready, General. We're going to pull you guys into the bushes back there and see if we can get some ambushes. And we do get the double cap on them, which is good. All right, so spears are set up. Casters chilling in the shadows. We have you lurking in the middle area. And we can send Sigvald back there, too. All right, so let's pull you across. We need to make sure the sleds get no free charges against us. That's basically how this has to go down. As far as reinforcements go, I don't know if I want to call in demonettes yet. I don't think I do. All right, so let's get Sigvald in there. Have you guys wait in the trees. And you guys are lurking nearby as well. Let's get you fiends just waiting to see. And yeah, let's get Sigvald in. Let's go have some fun with your boy here. All right, so you're coming here. And let's get the fiends coming across. Sigvald does run a little bit of interference. And now these fiends will be able to intercept. So if he wants to take the charge here, I don't think he will. Yeah, I don't think he will. All right, Zargard are chilling nearby, but like Sigvald is doing what Sigvald does. He's just being a really annoying, hard to snipe character, basically. All right, so let's get the Fiends going into the Winged Lancers. Should be pretty good. Let's pop the Acquiescence to lower their stats. Let's get this big boy coming over, and as far as this goes, let's get some Seekers coming. So Seekers will be very good, and you can see this fight's going very well for us. Sigvald's absorbing ammunition from all those different pieces there, which is really nasty. And now we can start getting Demonettes going up the main field. So yeah, they're 800, and we should get there in a second. Let's get the Demonettes. Let's do this. And yeah, my lead infantry are getting popped a little bit, but overall, it's not too bad. Let's get in there, the big units, and have our blob fight. Let's get it. So Pavane of Slaanesh would do some rampaging. Let's get in there. All right, outstanding. We need to get the big man in there. I don't know what he's doing. That Soul Grinder just decided to Netflix and chill. And Seekers should be able to charge into these guys. There they go. All right. So that's going to be good, and we can just rampage a little something. Yeah, these ones should get rampaged and just die. Demonettes running up the fields, getting a little bit dacked down, so that's unfortunate. My opponent up on value, which feels bad, but we do trap one of the heavy war sleds, and also these Winged Lancers are getting punished pretty bad, and Sigvald's just, being very disruptive, basically. All right, so let's move in, and what cavalry unit can we get here quickly to shut down those archers in the back? Yes, we almost forgot about that, so let's get those guys around the side. Now back to the promised land here. It seems like we closed the value gap like really, really heavily there. Punished quite a few units. Sigvald's still doing great. Let's get the Fiends back. And the frontline fighting is now underway, and we should be able to get these archers down and call in another Demonette maybe to help support this objective here. Or maybe another Seeker. That would probably be better. All right, let's get the Seekers up. This fight's going good. Let's get Hell Scourges moving into the Dervishes. Our caster being a bit of a potato there. So let's get the anti-large character. You guys get into the Armored Cossars. We shut down the range missiles. And yeah, this fight should go well for us here, I think. All right, so Seekers, let's go get it. Let's get behind these units, get some devastating flanks going. Our demon unit's getting a little bit worse for wear. We need to get this caster alive. Let's go ahead and do the Acquiescence. Get you back. And these Fiends stand at the ready. So let's move these Fiends over this way. Sigvald's still just bumping and grinding. And now we can get into the back of these Kislevites here. Let's move this way. And we can just basically just get a fat sandwiching rear charge into the back of these guys in a second. All right, there we go. All right, so that should just absolutely devastate those. Winged Lancers, let's go charge them with our remaining Fiends. And Sigvald and company still doing well. We need to make sure we don't lose this objective, though. So let's go back here and get some spears to come up. Help hold this point. And there's the Fiends, and there's the Soul Grinder, and then the debuff. We're going to Pavane of Slaanesh those bad boys. Hopefully wear them down, and we need this fight over here to go well. I think it will. The Fiends will be good against a lot of these different kind of units. Let's go ahead and charge those Kossovite Dervishes. Get these spears up around the side. And our big monster is kind of getting sniped a little bit, which I don't like. Let's get you in there. Any rampages I want to do? Not really. Fiends chasing back the war sleds. Value trading's pretty even. We're kind of holding on to the points, but we don't want to lose more units of this demonic crumbling here, which is rough. So let's get these Fiends back and under here and see what we can do. I feel like my armor is doing very well, but like a lot of the other stuff isn't doing so hot. So yeah, maybe that's something we need to kind of take note of here as we go play more matches. All right, so how are we looking here? Yeah, we're squashing. Sigvald's going to get in there, cause some havoc. This back objective, though, is looking very, very not good. I barely have anything protecting it. As a matter of fact, we should send some spears over there. Couple of fiends are nearby. The big monster was kind of a tech against the bear, which unfortunately just does not straight up exist. So Fiends of Slaanesh, let's get in there, do a little bit of blob fighting. And the back objective's looking pressed. My opponent just pulled a big value lead against us. I don't know if they're going to run out of steam anytime soon. Sigvald's doing good. This blob fight's okay. We got Demonettes coming up, so you guys move. You guys get to this back objective. Probably call in some Seekers to try and punish some of those overextending units. But the sleds do feel tough to deal with for sure, right? All right, so we got that. And here the Chosen boys can move there. We got some Hellscourge men moving and Demonettes on the way. Couple spears heading over to this side. I don't know how I can reinforce that. Do I have any magic that would be good here? Yeah, Lash of Slaanesh would be pretty sweet into that blob, actually. All right, so we get the Lash. That's some sweet damage. Heavy war sleds are on the way. I can't help but think this is the play here to come and like try and punish these units here. All right, how are we looking? Yeah, big fight on this blob, but it's definitely going in Kislev's favor. They have a lot of healing. Granted, you know, the terror routes aren't super useful here either, right? So, all right, let's get on those winged lancers. Let's move up with you guys, and we can do this, and we can go ahead and rampage the heavy war sleds here, and hopefully get a little bit of value here. So this objective starts to flip back, but our home objective is in dire straits. We'll have to call in a Seeker, but yeah, that fight actually goes okay. We do get this guy rampage, which is nice, so another heavy war sled's going to be dragged down here most likely. The Fiends were an interesting gamble. I don't know how well they've done, to be completely honest with you. Let's get you guys in. I don't think my opponent has any like vortexes or anything, so I think we're all right there. And the Chosen are still fighting super well. Let's get them just on the edge of the objective as we continue grinding here. Demonettes, yes, heavy war sled does go down here, so that's great. Our big monster's fighting well. Back objective, though, is very precarious. Exalted Demonettes would actually be very good. If we can get rid of all my opponent's sleds, then maybe, just maybe, would be okay there. All right, so Sigvald, get up there. Let's get these cavalry back, get Seekers and you to go intercept, and hopefully we can get them with an Narcissism, snare them in place, and get a good cost-effective trade here. On top of that, let's do some debuffs. Good. So debuff time, and that's going to give us some good trading, and now we get some Exalted Demonettes to come secure our back objective here, which they should be able to do it pretty easily, especially if we call in some cavalry. Why do I feel like this game's close, even though it's like, I feel like he's up on value? But yeah, we're hanging in there, man. These demons are grinding very, very well. These Chosen also doing good. Kislev doesn't have a ton. They just called in some Warbear Riders, which is interesting. All right, let's get you, and just get these Exalted Demonettes moving up on the point. Warbear Riders are on their way in, but not before we grind down a lot of the Kislev army here. And we do have anti-large. Yeah, those Demonettes are doing good damage now, which I'm very happy about. We have another Lash of Slaanesh. This objective's going to flip, and we should be able to flip this one. So let's get you around, get you charging into these, and Spearman go here. You guys go this way, and we get the victory point. So the blob fight's going well for us. Like, this entire Kislev army is very, very close to breaking. Unfortunately, these Exalted Demonettes are a little bit tied down, which sucks. I do have some Hell Scourges. Let's get them over there to give some mass to prevent them from just getting absolutely crushed here. And we get the good engagement there. All right, this is quite good here, but the Warbear Riders are a bit of a problem. All right, let's move out of this vortex if we can. So let's move and move and move. Did we get out of it? Yeah, we mostly got out of it, I think. Yeah, mostly. All right, so this point's looking good. Outstanding. Let's go here. Let's take our big man over there, too. Exalted Demonettes, very squishy unit, but super cool for sure. Let's get some mass in there to help protect them. So maybe we need them to not crumble is what we need, because then they'll be able to trade reasonably well here. All right, so you come across this way, and Hellscourge boys, keep doing your thing. Demonettes and Sigvald, you're just going to hang right here, basically. And we probably should have brought some Seekers. Unfortunately, the Demonettes do lose that one, and this fight's going to be a disaster, so we need to get back and rethink our strategy here. All right, so you're moving. You guys are all chilling on this objective. No sense in sending them anywhere. Let's get you guys unsummoned here, and now we just need to retreat. So we need to find a way to win, like, a mobile fight here. These Demonettes, let's see them hunt down these Kosovoite Dervishes, pull you guys back. And Seekers need to come out, so we need some Seekers, probably. They would be very good against all that armor there. I'm really curious about the Fiend's performance. Like, I didn't really get to, like, zone in on them and see how they did for me, but at the end of the day, it could have been good. All right, so this objective is basically Sigvald territory. And this caster can go here. These are winged lancers, so a little bit frightening. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Let's get these Seekers over here, keep pulling back this way, try and break the charge of the winged lancers. You know, the points are close enough that I think we're all right. All right, so now the Kislev has got this, like, scary bear blob here. Let's send Sigvald over this way. We have some time. It's not, like, super urgent that we get there. It's you know, the points are close enough. So I could rampage something. The Kislev army is looking very tattered, but so too is my army. My army is basically Palpatine here on deathbed. And these Seekers can just hide in the trees here. Let's get some Demonettes moving across, and we probably want some good quality infantry that like actually has some tankiness to it. Although I don't think we have time for that. We just got to get units. I don't have that much time. I got a little bit of time, but not that much time. All right, so we're going to Narcissism you, snare you down. Yeah, get that kill there. Perfect. Get the big demon in there. Outstanding. Cool. So those heavy war sleds should be done for. These are dervishes, but Sigvald's now there. So Sigvald should make a pretty big difference. All right, let's get you guys moving up on the flank and prepare to take the blob fight. So we are going to go ahead and debuff the Warbear Riders. Outstanding. Get you guys moving in. And I do honestly think this blob fight's going to be pretty good for us. So let's get the charge into the Armored Cossars here and get you guys moving into them. All right, so this is the blob fight of blob fights. This is like the one for all the marbles. We need to win this like bad, bad, bad. We need to win this blob fight like a year ago. All right, so the blob fight I think is going well. Let's do another Lash of Slaanesh to get the combat buff there. Demonette's doing quite well, and Warbear is actually engaging into Demonettes, which I think is great for us. We're pulling value back, and it looks like the big monster here is doing good. The question is, are we going to have enough time? These are Winged Lancers, and yeah, I think we will. Slaanesh, I mean, if anybody's good at getting objectives quickly, it's going to be your boy Slaanesh, right? So let's get some more Demonettes coming up. And cool, so now we are winning the blob fight there. The Patriarch is basically on death's bed. Let's get the Demonettes into the Zargard here. And you guys can just intercept some of these Winged Lancers. All right, outstanding. So get the surround. Demonette's doing good. Let's give Acquiescence on them to lower their stats. Sigvald, get on the objective, and you just keep punishing here. And let's just get some more spears coming up too. We need all the cap weight, all the stopping power. I'm running out of time though. It's getting very, very dodgy here. All right, so let's get you on the objective too. We got to make sure we have the cap weight there. Soul Grinder looks like it's finished off that Patriarch, which is great. And what are these going to be? These are going to be Cosfied Dervishes. Not a lot I can do to stop them, and Winged Lancers too. So we need to get our cavalry to peel in and intercept and break their charge, which I think we partially did. Outstanding. We broke the Winged Lancer charge. All right, that's really good. Soul Grinder of Slaanesh. Terror routes aren't going to be super useful, so we could just move up here and threaten a little bit of cap weight. Fascination, Rampaging, let's do that. On these guys, more demons and spears on the way in. Running out of time, running out of time. Hell Scourges, go, go, go. We need to like go ninja the back objective, maybe. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Although I suppose securing this one first is going to be more important. All right, Demonette's still fighting here. We have some Chosen nearby on the objective. Soul Grinder man is hanging out there. He's hanging like an absolute champion. And the spears have arrived, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Let's get on these Warbears, and I could Narcissism them, but it feels kind of pointless. And I guess this was kind of a haggard play, trying to steal my opponent's back objective. The Soul Grinder would have been better used here, but I think I've just lost this game. It was a good game. It was very scrappy back and forth, but you know I need to learn more about Slaanesh before I take on a good player like this. All right, so Hellscourge Cavalry have made it in. A lot of Zargard in there, a couple spears. Armor piercing is certainly lacking at this point. Is there anything I can do? Maybe like gooning the Lord would be an option. All right, let's go see if we can goon the Lord. See, I'm really curious about the Fiends though, because I had a double Fiend opening here, and I can't help but wonder if it was good. All right, so we popped the Narcissism, going for the Lord cheese. We'll call in another Seeker here in a minute, and basically we're just gonna pile in and try and take down that Lord here if we can. Although it's gonna be hard with the Warbears nearby. So let's get all of you guys on the Warbear Riders, and we call in a Seeker of Slaanesh. So let's get those Seekers in there, have them run down some of these Cosmic Dervishes. So 1 and 1. And yeah, the Bears are getting the job done. I mean, they're going down to my big boy, but it's not quite enough. And the side point probably is being threatened too. Not yet, but very, very soon it will be. Okay, not the worst thing in the world. Not the worst. GG, well played. It was a good game, very scrappy. So we're learning about Slaanesh. I wonder what I would do differently here. Maybe like a big Raider Demon could actually be kind of viable. I can't help but think. The blob trading was okay, but you know, maybe one of the Mortis Engine shrines could be good. Like kind of go back to the old school meta of Slaanesh where they use those shrines. Could be kind of cool. When's the next faction war? It's going to be in August. Yeah, it's going to be in August. GG, well played. Great game for my opponent. We learned a lot. I think that's a cool matchup. It's like fast, cavalry focused. The Fiends could have been our weak link though. There might have been more efficiency we could have squeezed out of other units. I think the armor was really good. Yeah, like more of the big armor boys. They traded well. I mean, they held a long time. 2,600 on a Soul Grinder was rad. Sigvald paid for himself. Fiends, 1,100. That's respectable. What else did we get here? Seekers did good. I mean, honestly, everything seemed to trade okay. I think one of the moments we might have lost the game is when we called in the elite units and they just got wrecked by him. I think we needed to have more armor in reserve. GG, well played. Yeah. Outstanding. Outstanding. That was fun. That was fun indeed. So my opponent can report the score. Report score, and good luck, have fun. I would love to see a Kislev victory tonight. That'd be fun. Yeah, they are. He's saying the Chosen are super thick. Indeed. Indeed. Azazel is way too squishy. If he gets trapped in like an unbreakable Kislev blob, dude, he's just going to get the dirty. All right, so we got one more game left. So we pretty much don't have good chances of making it to the finals now, but we can get one more good practice match in. So that should be fun. Let me make sure there's no... Let's do this. So, 1, 2, and... All right, outstanding. So advance to the next round. Here we go. Advance the Swiss, and there we are. Yeah, the snares were good. The snares, and we missed our first rampage, which was unfortunate, but we still got some good ones. Yeah, we still got some good ones. All right, so we have our last opponent here. Let's see what they're going to be. If we can go 2-0 tonight, I'd be pretty happy. Or 2-2, excuse me. Considering we're just learning Slaanesh. Okay, so we got our opponent there. And the rest of the matches are live. Is there anyone yet here? Okay. Hadri's just suffering with Khorne. Yeah, Skaven will probably win guaranteed for sure. I think Platypus is not only a good player, but they have like some pretty strong meta builds. Hadri's, did you get the playing crappy factions out of your system tonight? I sure haven't. I'm having a blast, but oh, we got the Beastmen. Oh yeah, this is gonna be, dude. I have a forbidden build for you guys here. It is so janky, but it could be good. All right, so here it comes. This is gonna be fun, dude. I love this matchup. What is the map we're actually on here? The map is going to be Gates of Ekrend. Oh, yeah, baby. I think Hell Scourges are just so good. They're so good. All right, so what are we doing here? You look good. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of that. Yeah, I like it. Okay, abilities. Some of these units have so many abilities. It's like, okay, that looks good. Outstanding. All right. Just updated my maps. CA, take them, please. So I think I've made some headway with CA about adding maps. What it sounds like, I think what they'll probably add maybe 1 or 2 of our community maps per patch is what I'm pushing for. I mean, I pushed for them to add them all, but like that's kind of been the compromise. So I'm hoping we can like close the deal on that. You guys will be the first to know when I'm getting it done. All right, so that looks fun. All right. You guys ready for some dancing cows? Hell yeah, dude. It's gonna be time. Oh, what does that unit even do? Okay, it has devastating flanker. Chaos Knights are okay here. I actually like Chaos Knights. Granted, Minotaurs are a little bit scary. Yeah, the Slaanesh Light Cavalry probably not amazing here. I guess Hell Scourges are. Hell Scourges are probably pretty good. I think that the anti-large Hell Scourges still have some relevance in this matchup, which is cool to see. Adrian's just like, Chaos Knights, more. Yeah, they're really cool. All right, so let's get, oh man. Chaos Knights are just straight up the coolest unit, aren't they? They just kind of are the coolest unit that you have here. What about Spawn? Spawn will get punished by Raiders pretty hard, so yeah, I don't like that. I think we just go with you boys. Demonic Infantry, not so good here. Are the Broken Factions banned in this SFT? No, but they're heavily restricted, so I don't think we had a single Bretonnian pick. We didn't have a single Ogre pick. Yeah, I think people tonight just wanted to chill out and have fun and try stuff they're not, normally playing, which is cool to see. Yeah, this character could be really useful. Hadri's is luring me down a dangerous path of Chaos Knights. Yeah, Grails, Trains, and Pump Wagons are straight up banned. Yes, that's correct. So we got some restrictions for sure. What does this character even do? Okay, is that buff nearby units? Engaged in melee, so I think that's just on itself. Man, Slaanesh Cultists are so pricey, dude. They're so expensive. Okay. How many Chaos Knights are we talking? 100. 500 Chaos Knights. It's the only way. All right, so Minotaurs are going to be a bit of a problem, but I think we have answers for those. I think we got tools for ye old Minotaurs. All right. The Chaos Knight special is on its way, perhaps. Really, ogres could take this turn easy if they know their stuff. Is there another ogre player playing tonight? I don't know if I saw an ogre player. I wasn't sure if there was. What about Spawn of Slaanesh? I always wonder if they're worth it. Spawn are a cool unit. I mean, in theory, they're pretty good at grinding through chaff, but if your opponent's spamming Ungor Spears and Raiders, it's like an awful pick, so that doesn't feel super good. All right. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more sweet lovin'. Yes. I'm going full to the dark side here. All right. And that's going to be 200. Let the hate flow through you. Yes. The cultist price from before, yeah, has come back to bite Chaos. Chaos is fine though, honestly. Not all of them, but I think Warriors of Chaos are a pretty competitive faction. Like, I would feel pretty good with my odds of potentially winning if I played Walk tonight, or at least placing. Khorne is in a bad spot for sure. Khorne just needs some DLC milk. They need to be given a Slaughter Priest, which is like rune magic basically for Khorne. Because in tabletop, Khorne has a unit called Slaughter Priest, I think, which is like a... I don't know if that was in Fantasy, though. I know in Age of Sigmar they do. Somebody would have to correct me, but... yeah, I think they need to do something like that. Grail Relique. No, yeah, Bretonnia is just OP. They're really, really strong. So this will be the first non-Sigvald game you guys are going to get tonight, which is going to be super fun. Exalted Keeper of Secrets, really, really fun characters. Anti-large, actually, and armor piercing. So against like Minotaurs and other threats, they can do well, but very much glass cannons. It's an AOS thing. It's a shame. Yeah, I think they could just find a way to move that in there. Like a Priest of Khorne. Like, who cares? You know, I think that would be great to add something in like that. Although, I don't know. And plus then, you know, Games Workshop could, you know, sell models, right? It's a win-win for all. Yeah, Khorne not having magic is a huge issue. Like, that's, and their units aren't, like, comparably strong to compensate for it, I don't think. It's a tricky balance to strike, it really is. Yeah, I'm fine with stealing some assets from AOS for sure. Like Nurgle, I would love if Nurgle got, like, Aspiring Champions, but they were the Putrid Blight Kings. Holy shit, that'd be so cool. Like a very low model count elite Nurgle kind of Aspiring Champion unit, I'd be fully erect. Yeah. All right, so it's time. We're in our last game of the night. We won 1, lost 2, but versus very good opponents, and we're learning tonight. We're playing Slaanesh, and the games were contested-ish, sort of. This one's going to be great. You guys are going to love this, though. All right. So the build is we got our boy Hadri's covered here. We got the Chaos Knights for him because they're just the coolest shit ever in this game. Plus, I'm painting some in tabletop right now, so have to keep it in flavor. Triple. Oh no, I didn't bring the Hell Scourges. Oh, I brought the basic Chosen. Well. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. The Hell Scourges are way better, though. They have poison and just do work. All right, I screwed up a little bit. But these guys are still good. They got good stats. Let's see what my opponent's got. And we got a big Demon of Slaanesh. They have a targeted Rampage, or no, I think it's AoE Rampage, yeah. So we'll pop that as needed. Chaos Knight's going to hang out in the bushes. And what do you think the new Nurgle Lord will be? I would personally really like a Tamarkon. That'd be so cool. Whoa, what's going on with this shit? You guys seeing this? That was weird. Okay. Well, anyways, let's move you guys up. Move you guys through the trees. We got the big scary demon. Glotkin. Yeah, for the Thanksgiving Glotkin. Yeah. It's okay. These Chosen are still quite good. They're cheaper too, so they allowed us to do a little bit more. But yeah, the Hell Scourges are pretty much what you should always take. This is kind of one of my builds against Beastmen that I do with Warriors of Chaos. It's triple Hell Scourge Chosen, but Warriors of Chaos has some other things that address your weaknesses. Yeah, the late night haggardness, I know. It's all good. It happens. So I don't see the Beastmen yet. We're going to just put you in group 7, just have you sit on the back objective, and we're going to push up here. I got to be careful. There could be a lot of beasts waiting to ambush me here, so got to be very, very cautious about this. Calling up units, I think, yeah, I got some Marauder Horsemen, which will be very welcome. They're very good at supporting the Chosen. You just kind of sit behind them, and you can get some good DACA that way. But we're going to play a lane strategy, so we're going to play 1 and 2, and then we're going to go for 3 once they overcommit to defending 2. That's kind of what I like to do on this map. Not always, but in this case, that is the case. Holy shit! Oh god! Oh god! It's an ambush! Retreat! Chosen form ranks! Oh god! How did he know I was in there? He must have seen me. All right. So we got our dudes behind. We got some spears coming. Let's get you going and you going. Yeah, we just need to defend this basically. Holy shit! That escalated very, very quickly there, ladies and gentlemen. So let's move you up. And move you up. and keep you guys going. Keep throwing javelins into the beasts in the bushes. Holy shit, that was a fat ambush, wasn't it? All right, so probably we save up for the anti-large Hellstriders now, I think would be the play. Just kind of keep throwing javelins at those mobile beasts there, and we can now get you guys up and under here. Send you across, my friend, and yeah, Minotaurs and Beastmen are just all over the place. This is great, just absolute chaos. Chaos Knights are nearby, and let's get our spawn on the correct button here. Let's get some anti-large Hellstriders out and get ready to party. So Chosen and Chosen, looking good. We're getting a little bit of javelin fire. It looks like there's some witchcraft going down. So the Hellscourge boys are there, and now what we need to do is get our Chaos Knights to charge into these Minotaurs here. We can turn around and engage as well, and we can debuff them, which is going to be pretty nasty. Spears intercepting these ones. Unfortunately, those are anti-large Minotaurs, which is a little bit scary, but even still, we should be okay. So those Minotaurs getting wrecked pretty bad, but not before they did some really respectable damage, actually, so that's unfortunate. But let's get you guys out. It's going to be very good against all these Minotaur units. Chaos Knights got a nice engagement, and you know, Chosen are good at just taking it like champs. That's like one of their big fortes, right? So those Minotaurs are dragged down. Let's throw at the Milk Cows right here. Those guys are crushed as well. So let's get the Chaos Knights for a big, erect flanking charge here. Chosen just going like absolute chads. So if we can break the Butchers of Kalkengard here, that would be money. So what we're going to do is rampage them, actually. I think that's the play. Try and trap them in place with a lot of our anti-large. Chosen and anti-large Hellstriders there doing pretty good. We do get the Rampage, and the Slaneshi Cavalry are going in like absolute champions. All right, so backfield, we don't really have anything to call in right now. But the big demon's doing good, and yeah, Butchers of Kalkengard are basically getting karate chopped. Our anti-large dudes not doing as well as I would have thought. So let's position you guys up on the hill. How's our big demon doing? Still not able to break them, which is nuts. They have some good stats for sure. Oh, is that a Doom Bull coming over there? Jeez, all right, things are getting real crazy. So let's get some anti-large spears coming. The Arwar spears will be good. Let's get our character out of there. Don't want to lose it to some nonsense. Anti-large Minotaur is a bit of a problem here, so let's get you guys moving up. Get these guys screening them out, and Chosen can kind of keep chasing, and let's get our big demon of Slaanesh moving away. Look how well the Chosen are doing, by the way, in those like very, very dicey situations, which is great. So pulling back and just trying to kite the Beastmen Lord. Don't want to be taking any ugly fights. And overall, could I win? It is a Doom Bull. I think when the spears get here, we can go for a little bit of love against those. The Chaos Knights are doing pretty good against those Minotaurs because they are the anti-infantry variant, so I think that's good. And now that we have spears in here, we can go for the bread buttering. So we're going to go in. Our cavalry can come, and I think we will be able to kill the Beastman Lord here, especially when we get an Acquiescence. That's going to be money. Chaos Knights probably pull back at this point, and we can get more Hellscourge boys moving up. The Beastmen have actually not even taken the side point yet, so that's pretty good. And now comes the Acquiescence. All right, so that is going to be a Lord kill against Beastmen, which are a faction who hate losing their Lord. So that's pretty massive for us. It should go down. The Exalted Keepers are quite scary. Okay, no escaping here, so let's get our Keeper man to just keep butchering this character here if we can. We can Rampage it, and that should put some hurt on it, and looking good. All right, so far side, a couple Centaurs are over there. Do we have anything? Yeah, I could send some Forsaken to go try and grab that side point. Chosen still moving in, and these Chosen still pressuring the high ground. Thankfully, my opponent didn't capture that point quickly, and we got more Hellscourge boys coming up, which are going to be a problem. All right. So the Slaaneshi Trap of Doom is underway. We've gotten that. These anti-large Hellstriders can come up and hide in the trees. Javelins doing work. Throw-in, yeah, using most of the ammo. So the spears can kind of keep moving up this way, and let's get the Hellscourges moving. And now we can do a little bit of a push on this side. I think I'll just save up for a Hellscourge Chosen, or a Warrior, because they're just super, super hard to drag down. All right. So the Beastman Lord, the Doom Bull, has been tempted by Slaanesh for the last time. Yeah, let's pull you guys back, so fan out in a couple different directions. A little bit newbie of me, but it's okay. I was being slightly lazy on my micro. These are Centaurs. We'll take that fight. It's not going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll do, pig. And cool. So the Beastman Lord is officially gone. So leadership's going to be a bit of a problem for them, I would wager. And we most likely will get that side point in due time. All right, so you guys form ranks. Chosen and mostly broken. These Beastmen here are busted. Great. And looking good. All right, so spears move up, go fight there, and let's get our Lord back, the big, scary, terror-causing demon. And in case he sends any mass over here, I would like to have some anti-large. Let's get the spears moving up and seeing if they can screen those guys out. Looks like some Centaurs coming to defend them. All right, so move in, rolling, rolling, rolling. Do a little bit of Slaanesh Witchcraft, keep these horsemen going, get the big demon in there to go battle the Razorgore herds. And on this side, do I have anything fast and furious? I do have some anti-large Hellstriders, so we're going to move them up. They'll deal with any like light large threats that we encounter here. All right, so yeah, this is some pressure, man. It's a lot of Minotaurs, a lot of armor piercing. Looks like that's going to be a Traitorkin going down, which is scary, but Yeah, the Princes of Perfection. Actually getting a little bit broken down. Probably need some Forsaken here. I don't really have much like meat in this army right now. So let's rampage this blob of units. Just kind of send them back. Hellscourge boys in a little bit of danger, and let's get our Lord away. All right, so we're going to get the side point. That's going to go down. And we can just pull the cavalry over here at this point, because I think that's going to be good. Hellscourges, I need to get some armor on the point, so I need some Forsaken or something. The Slaanesh cavalry, some of them are out of ammo actually, so we can send them in to fight, and we can keep our character there to help out as well. All right, so some of them are out of ammo. The point's starting to flip a little bit. Couple spears coming from the far side, and what is this here? It is going to be some gores, or ungors, so we should be able to win that. And now let's make sure to call in some Forsaken from the correct point, because they'll be really good at just kind of clearing through all these like crappy leftovers. Razor Gores, our Slaanesh boys should have a good fight versus them. All right, debuffing, pulling you back so you don't die. And the Hellscourge is doing good. Let's get a rear charge with these. Although, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous. My opponent's got layers. Let's take a deeper one, because if we rear charge here, he's going to countercharge me with the Minotaurs, which is going to be bad. All right, let's get the big demon back up on the point. We need to get you guys going. Razor Gores, unfortunately, are nearby and are in good shape, so let's get you guys coming across to fight those Razor Gores. You coming here. And yeah, this is a tricksy one, man. This is a scrappy fight. All right, Flashes Slaanesh, let's get it. This point's going to go for us. Do we have any anti-large we can call in? We do. So let's get you up there to intercept those pigs, those Razor Gores. And we really need to hold on to the double cap here. This is pretty essential. I mean, we could afford to lose it for a second, but not for too long. I think we're pulling ahead on value, but it's still very, very close. Terror Route's coming into play, and the fact that the Beastmen Lord is gone is also really, really big. All right, so Forsaken have made it. Doing their job. Hellscourge is also doing their job. And now we're going to get some anti-large Hellstriders to counter those. And let's just keep chasing here. And we can do some unsummons on these Chosen if we want to. Those are Minotaurs. And let's move you guys up into the blob. Let's go take the blob fight. It's a little bit scary, though, actually. He might have Traderkin. All right, let's get behind the army. I didn't see what caster he had. That is a Bray Shaman of Traderkin. Okay. Almost unsummoned my unit again. Wouldn't have been the first time. All right, so we just got to watch out for the Traderkin. Let's have you guys go clear that back point. And this fight looks like it's going to go well for us. I think we're going to win that one. So let's, just to make sure we win it, let's debuff some of these units. And that's going to buff pretty much all the other stuff. So we're just sending in the Hellstriders like one kind of thing at a time here. Okay, so some Razor Gores lurking in my backfield. Let's get Spears coming up to deal with all the mass in this Beastman army. It's a very big Beastman army. Anti-large Hellstriders, pretty good. And let's get you guys going here, you guys going here. And we almost have the Slaanesh ultimate. I think we still win this fight over here. Even though it's like he brought more stuff. Yeah, there's a Traderkin. Let's pop Sweet Sorrow. And Pavane is Slaanesh. I don't know how much longer my Lord's going to live, so I'm just going to start blasting out Winds of Magic. Yeah, I'm just going to start doing the things. Anything else? Horsemen? Yep, Horsemen are good. Let's get them up here. Have them come fight on the point. And the Forsaken are fighting well. This side should go well for us. We have the Sweet Sorrow, which is going to be getting good vigor for our units, which is outstanding. I'm up on value, but not by a whole lot. This is a really close game, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really close game. All right, so down here, Hellscourge boys doing good. Let's pull these guys back and just counter-intercept these guys if we can. Looking good. And the Spears can go after the Razor Gores here. And then we get the big demon up on the point. A lot of the Beastmen actually breaking and running here. So that's nice. Let's get you guys up here. And we almost stole the back point. Look at that. Yeah, so I was planning that the entire time. And, you know, just I am just that good at this game, yes. All right, let's go here. Unfortunately, the Rampage is going the wrong way. And yeah, this cap here. Holy shit, are we going to get this? No way. Oh, are we just going to get that off some like mindless play? No, we're not. Okay, that would have been pretty MLG, though. That probably would have won me the game if that had happened. So let's unsummon some of these guys. This objective's looking a little bit dicey, but now we need to kind of go up and play this point and push them off. The points are really, really close. Let's get some of these guys. Maybe call in some Chaos Knights again, which I think could be good, and move up. All right, so let's get it. We're moving up to that. The Hellscourges here are fighting well, but they're pretty heavily outmatched now. My opponent called in Minos on the other side, which means this point's going to be very vulnerable. It's going to be very, very vulnerable indeed. So Forsaken coming, Spears coming, anti-large cavalry are on the way. And what else do we have coming in? Oh no, I summoned Forsaken on the wrong side. The dreaded Bronzodia plays. All right, let's just get him in the trees. It's not the end of the world. All right, so moving. Yes, good. We can rampage something here if we want to. Let's move you guys out. Back point. Let's get some horsemen coming. Have them just run over these Razor Gores real quick. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. And now we're up on the point, which is great. So we can countercharge them. Get some javelin fire into you boys. And all of you can go into the Minotaurs with great opens here. We can try and wear them down. As a matter of fact, we'll Pavane of Slaanesh to try and rampage them into our spears. So should be good. Dude, those Hellscourges on the other side still doing just the work of the gods. All right, so the Rampage got the job done. So those dudes are going to be Rampage. And now we countercharge with our big demon. And basically pray to the Dark Gods that they don't have access to Traderkin. More pigs coming in. Nice, we can rear charge them. Oh, Traderkin. He still had enough mana for that. It's crazy. All right, see this. Rampage the entire blob. Get these spears coming up to support. My character's in a little bit of danger. If I lose my big demon, I could lose this game. I could still lose this game. So I need to be careful. Traderkin's off, which is good. Let's go ahead and put some more debuffs. My opponent spam clicking here. Trying to get the Lord kill, which is very good. Smart play. But it looks like we got away and our spears have saturated in. I think we've finally broken the back of the Bray herd. I think we have. It looks like they're finally now running out of steam. Okay, a lot of chaff units coming in, nothing that we can't handle here. Let's get you around the side and get these chosen. The dreaded 8 chosen here, still being quite useful. Do we have anything here? We could rampage this character. See if we can. I might have already rampaged them, which is problematic. But let's get these Forsaken coming over here. Yeah, I think I already did rampage that character with the AoE rampage, so it just caused some problems. Yeah. All right, Minotaur's coming back at a cross. We're going to get some thick Chaos Knights to come out and just kind of close this game out, or try to. We really need to keep the Lord alive if possible. I'm going to try and snipe this guy. Forsaken, are these Minotaurs? Oh, they are Butchers of Kalkengard, so those guys are pretty meaty. So we need to watch out for that. My Lord is basically just palpitating on death's bed. Spears holding well. Forsaken need to come here. Okay, we broke the caster. That is huge. That is huge. All right, so the casters are down. Couple biggins coming back in. All right, so let's charge those if we can. Forsaken coming here. Pull back and across with our speedy boy. Chaos Knights, the Chads of Warhammer, will be hopefully here soon. Let's just charge into these guys. All right, so we send in the Horsemen to their potential doom. Obviously, I don't want to lose my big demon, so we're going to try and avoid that if we can. Let's pull the big demon through, and we're holding on to the objective. We do have the points lead. I think my opponent's back pressure here is, what has he got? Centaurs mostly? All right, so let's attack here. That was a pretty brutal engagement for my opponent. I think that's big for us. Yeah, we got the caster down. It's almost broken. Let's just keep focusing on this lane here. I need to get some capture weight bodies though. Maybe we resummon some Hell Scourges here in a second. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get Hell Scourge boys coming up. Chaos Knights cleaning shit up, just being absolute beasts. And let's get the Chaos Knights to go in on the Butchers and also attack with our Lord, because there's plenty of support here. And perfect. Anything stealing my back objective? Evil, yes. Evil, Hadrians, yes. The most evil of schemes we could possibly think of. Alright, Seductive Glory is pretty good. Lowers their melee defense. I think that ability is super good. Man, Slaanesh is such a fun faction to play. I'm looking forward to kind of scheming some good builds with them. I feel like it's very high risk, high reward. I mean, they are tanky, but you really feel rewarded by your good plays, with the micro, for sure. You know, this thing has healing too, the Exalted Keeper. People often forget that. It does have some healing potential. Alright, let's get some more spears coming up. They can sit on the back objective to make sure I don't get back capped here. And we just need to hold on to these two. And my opponent's pulling some Centaurs over, probably going to try and steal my back objective, I would wager. So these are Minos with great weapons. Pretty good counter against Chaos Knights, so we need to get on them. Let's get our big Lord in there, and we can have the Missile Cavalry do this, unsummon you. Forsaken are popping, having a good time. Big Demon's moving in. And I accidentally sent my Horsemen into melee contact with the Minotaurs with great weapons, because, oh, they were out of ammo. Okay, that's what it was. That's what it was. So we can rampage them once they take a little bit more damage. Do we want to do it? Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Is it actually going to rampage them into the Forsaken? They haven't taken enough damage yet. Okay, so not quite yet. We got Hell Scourges coming. Let's get some Hellstriders moving up here with the big speed. And now we can get in and battle those guys. Now that they're rampaged and not able to be controlled by my opponent, we get there. Back objective, I do have Hellstriders there. Good, timely Hellstriders reinforcing. Dude, this big demon's been so good this game. Okay, I need to get rid of that unsummon hotkey, whatever the hell that is. It literally cost me my first game tonight, so I accidentally unsummoned my caster in the first game, for anybody who's wondering. All right, so Hell Scourges are coming. The Chad Chaos Knights with their huge dongs. Gonna run over here and go after these guys. Perfect. And you guys move here. And we got to make sure to switch to the Vanguard point. So let's do that. More Hell Scourges. It's like old Warhammer, spamming only those, but now they're actually balanced. Exalted Keeper at 3,000 value, man. That's money. That's real money. There's no way they can get this back. It's basically just Reaganomics at this point. It's just going to be my opponent trickle-down theory here, just like trickling in units, and they're just going to be dying. Spear's doing good. Yes. Let's go ahead and unsummon these Cavalry, which have been doing great. and we move you guys up. All right, so Forsaken, good work. Hellscourge is up on the point. The Lord's still going strong. Yeah, 2 misclicks away from just leaving the game. Hey, we ended on a good note. That was a good... He played well, too. His micro was very scrappy. I think the big thing for that game was the Doom Bull. Overextending and getting caught and killed was probably what won us that game. Granted, we didn't bring the most optimal build. Had these been Hell Scourges, they would have lasted longer and also done more damage. That could have changed the dynamics of the game, but 2,700 value on Chaos Knights. Oh, yeah, buddy. Let's get it. Let's get it. Here, how we looking? 3,500 on the Exalted Keeper. I'm loving it. Forsaken did pretty good. Horseman, awesome. He had mass lightly armored large targets, right? William, nice GG, thank you. Heartseekers have some matchups, but not this one. There's you only bring Seekers if you're dealing with armor. If you're not dealing with armor, Chaos Knights are a better choice because, you know, they're tankier and will do similar damage against light armor. So, yeah, I like that build. It was fun. I would probably change these to Hell Scourges. I don't know. Yeah, no Raiders, though. There was no Ungor Raiders in that build. Very different. It was cool. A lot of Minotaurs. Bulls on Parade. Let me say GG to my opponent. All right. GG, well played. Okay. So, let's see what's up here. He texted me during the game. He's like, why is every single unit so tanky? Yes, well, Slaanesh can be tanky. That's the deceiving part. And they have some of the best like type abilities in the game, like rampages and like snares are so good. I feel like Slaanesh has got some tools. Seem to have potential. Granted, I've yet to play them. I think with practice, could be a nice pick. All right, cool. So let me report my score. We went 50-50, which ain't bad. I'll take it, man. First game was winnable, too. I think we just screwed the pooch on that one. That was bad. Going to be High Elves. No, that wasn't High Elves that game. That was Beastmen. We got to bring that Beastmen win rate down. Got to bring it down to its proper place. Yeah, the Raider would have helped, but again, you know, by spending money on Raiders, there'd be less frontline. So it's interesting. I was expecting mass Raiders, honestly. Yeah, the Chaos Knights got 69 kills. I saw that. That was pretty impressive. So now we're going to cast the semifinals and grand finals. So for those of you joining, thank you all for joining firstly. And let's get it. So top 4 is going to be Supreme. Indeed. So we got Supreme, Platypus, Kane, and Stingers look to be the top 4. So very, very easy top 4 tonight, which is great. So I don't need to do too much tie breaking. Oh, Platypus actually lost the game. Oh, shit. Somebody beat Platy. Huh. On Skaven. I wonder who it was. Was it the Ogre player? Probably it's the Ogre player. All right, so now it's time for top 4. Let me make sure there's no issues in the brackets. And we'll just cast some of these games, which should be quite a bit of fun. All right, so where are we at? I'm not seeing any issues about the score being reported, and outstanding. All right. I'm just going to verify they all won 3 games. So Stingers won 3 games. Nice. Kane won 3 games. 1, 2, 3. And then Platy won 3 games also. And Supreme 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So advancing to the top 4 in tonight's tournament. Ogres killed rats. Well, we'll see if they end up facing each other again. It's what happened to me last time. I had to play dwarves twice in a row last time. All right, so this tournament is now going to be finalized here. I think Skaven have a small chance of beating Ogres, but I think if you're of equal skill discrepancy, the Ogres will probably just win more consistently. But yeah, there's factions that can beat Ogres for sure. All right, so top 4 is on. Cool. So let me tag the players. Top 4 is live. So we'll put it to vote as to what you guys want to watch, because we have a couple choices here. I think I would want to watch High Elves versus Ogres. That actually sounds fun. So we have Platy versus Stingers. And then we have Supreme versus Kane. All right, so we're on Castle Ostucci. I'm going to cast Kane's game. The player who took me down earlier will cast their game. Gonna cast your semi. Avenge me! Avenge me! Okay, so we'll get the lobby code from our opponent. Is it? I believe in you. Show the magic. All right. So we're going to do High Elves versus Ogres. The High Elf player is saying this matchup is rough, but I'm curious to see. I feel like Silverin can be good. I feel like a Silverin line with... Because Silverin won't really care about Nobblar Trappers that much either. So you go like Mass Silverin with like maybe an Imric. Then like Silver Helms, Reavers, some maybe Fireborn. I feel like that's like pretty good. You know what? I can host it. So we will do T semis. And I will host game as spectator. Come a long way, my friends. All right. So there they are. And his opponent is going to be... Let me get him. Supremely evil. Lobby code live. Join up. All right, perfect. We need lizards to beat ogres. Yeah, I feel like lizardmen do okay, right? Like Saurus are just linebackers, and the map is going to be Castle Ostucci. I love that map. It's such a cool throwback to Shogun with the cherry blossoms and the big mountain in the distance, and it's got like the Shogun style castle. It's a great map. I love it. I love it. All right, perfect. And there we go. Yeah, Lothern spam seems good too. He's got Balthazar Gelt as his picture. I feel like what's cool is like our community lately there's been so many new good players. Like there's so many faces that like at the end of Warhammer 2, you could kind of count on, both hands, like how many top players like were just constantly winning things over and over. But like if you look at the total tavern leaderboard, like yes, of course there's some like, common faces. But there's a lot of people. Let me show you guys here real quick. So we switch over. It's loading real quick. Look at the amount of tournaments we have. So many events going on. But like there's a lot of new faces coming in, which is really, really cool. Oh, Tim with the Chaos Knight icon of Tzeentch. I love it. But like look how many different people are winning these tournaments. And on top of that, there's also more people a little bit further down the leaderboard who are starting to win events, which is super exciting. Yeah, a lot of new faces, a lot of up and comers. And it's only going to get better once we get the patch and everything, right? Yeah, gonna be great. All right, so let's do this. And yeah, great. Ogres versus High Elves on Ostucci Castle. A little bit of terrain for the ogres to hide on. I do think Imric is probably the way. He's pretty brutal. Silverin, Imric, and Lotherns with like Reavers and Silverhelms to counter the Nobblars and Bulls. That seems like a pretty respectable combo. Yeah, it seems fun. Seems fun. I honestly think if Creative Assembly like manages to nail the landing on this this next DLC/patch, and they manage to correct some of the OP stuff, then I think we'll be like in legit the most balanced place we've like ever been. I mean, of course, there's going to be some like haggard factions like Khorne, but I don't even know Khorne. Yeah, what could Khorne use? Maybe I'd have to do like some research on that. Hadrius, what do you think Khorne needs to be better? Like, and obviously we can. It's easy to say like additional DLC units, but as they currently stand, what would really help them? Is it mainly cost reductions on their infantry? I feel like some of their warriors are overpriced, and same with the Marauders. I'd be curious to hear what some of you guys think. Yeah, could be fun. By the way, what games have you guys been playing lately? You guys hyped for Baldur's Gate? That comes out in a couple weeks, right? Well, like 2 weeks from now? That could be pretty fun. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of that. It should be great. Do we know what the next DLC is? Yeah, isn't it the they gave the roadmap. I'm pretty sure it's the Kislev, Cathay, and Tzeentch one, which is awesome. Kislev is going to be a powerhouse. They're already sitting at like 54%. 54%? Like Kislev has a solid win rate right now. So if they get some good units, they're easily going to become top tier. Bugged OP chariots. Yeah, make the demon chariots OP. You think Bull should have a stricter cap of 8 to 10? Yeah, good work. You ordered the collector's edition of Baldur's Gate 3? Oh yeah, that's hyped. Supreme here, yeah, Supreme Patriarch. He's got Balthazar Gelt with the sunglasses on. This man's ready for business. You're on your yearly Minecraft binge? Yeah, Minecraft is a fun game. Last time I played that would have been 2015. My friend and I were playing. We played in this weird way where when we played Minecraft, we would play on a very big like world map, like huge, actually hard to find the other players. And we would just like, our goal was to like build up and then like take the other person's base out. It was kind of like a weird capture the flag type thing. It was pretty fun. Back when I played Minecraft, I was doing Thaumcraft. So I played with like magic and used very minimal technology. It was really fun. Yeah, great stuff. All right, so here we are. So High Elves, we called it. It's pointy sticks. So 4 Silverins, triple spear. I like the bolt thrower pick. It's not like crazy burst damage like a cannon, but over the course of a long game, bolt throwers can give you usually 700 to 1100 value. I find that they pay for themselves pretty well. Yeah, we'll do Baldur's Gate here. We'll do streams. I'm not going to do like guide videos. I'm terrible at that shit. Like scripting videos and like doing that, I'm just awful at that. So we'll do some playthroughs on it. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Todd Howard got me to play Skyrim for the 500th time. God, it's crazy. I remember Skyrim came out in like what, 2010 or 11? Yeah, must have been. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we load into Astucci Castle. This is our semifinal game. It's going to be Colin versus Supreme. So Colin, of course, is our High Elf champion. It'd be pretty cool to see High Elves win one of these single faction tournaments for sure. But yeah, as you would expect, you're playing ogres, a lot of big targets. So bringing Silverin and Spears is going to be a very, very nice anchor piece, right? So Silver and Guard are great because they have 75 armor too. So Noblars really won't do much damage, and Bulls don't do a ton of damage against them. Granted, they can be dragged down by sheer attrition. Double Bolt Thrower and Imric up in the sky. Imric is what I like to call a hard carry character. He can put games on his back, buff your entire army, take out big threats. He is a monster. I think Imric is hands down one of the best kind of jams here to do. So on the other side for the ogres, it's going to be pretty classic ogre, just mouth breathing. It's going to be a bunch of Noblars in the front to absorb the arrow fire and some of the other schemes and tricks. And on top of that, it is going to be some Noblar trappers in the secondary row. So Noblar trappers are very OP. They have bonus burst infantry. They have good range attack, so they can poke things like dragons down. Weird lag spike we're getting here. I had a crash earlier. I don't know what's going on. This is like internet lag from one of these players. I don't know where they're from actually. Let me go ahead and check. So I don't know if I can even check. Supreme is from, I'm not sure where. Looks like the flag. I'd have to check that. Hopefully we can get through it. I do see the lag struggling here. We may have to restart. Classic Total War stuff. We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. We will find out. I believe in you. Come on. I think his internet might have cut out. Hopefully we just get a restart and we'll be fine. You're gonna need a screen blocker handy for Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah, isn't there's some stuff that would get flagged on YouTube in there? Yeah. I better be on top of that. There are some great Baldur's Gate 3 YouTubers out there. I bet. I mean, those type of games are pretty popular. Unlike us old haggard RTS boomers here. Checking in Discord. We're both lagging. He may have crashed. Let's give it a minute. See if it stabilizes. All right. So hopefully Supreme will reconnect here. Nothing yet. The ogres look pretty frozen. Sure. We can reset. So we're just gonna reload. Oh no, hold on. I saw a dragon moving on the other side. Its wings were flapping. This is progress. I didn't have any lag with Colin earlier. I don't know about Supreme. Supreme's got a nice army of ogres over here. It seems like it's like trying hard. I don't know how he must have gotten through all of his matches earlier. Yeah, we'll give it a moment. We can chat with you guys. So there's a streamer mode built into Baldur's Gate. That's nice. That's nice. They should have a streamers mode built into this game for Nurgle. The great unclean ones just dropping a deuce there. Slaughtermaster of Beasts hanging out in the back. Very standard kit. Oh my god, he brought a Flock of Doom. That's a very interesting choice. It's a very interesting choice. Okay, so what's it going to be? Worst case scenario, I could let them play without lag, and then I could go and... but again, it's just an issue we could potentially run into the grand finals. So that's tricky. Let me see what Kane says. We're resetting. This is some serious lag, and it's actually not on my end. I'm checking my my bitrate right now. You may need to reset internet. Okay, checking to him. Yo. All right, so let's reload. I'll take screenshots of the armies. All right. So I got the screenshots. T semis. Oh, wrong one. T semifinals here, looking good. And there we are. And there we are. So lobby back up. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience. Appreciate it. It's part of Total War. Yeah. I've spoken about the... Oh, no, I haven't. No, I don't know anything about that. I think I saw Great Book of Grudges made a video about a potential lord or whatnot. Sounds good. Rejoin then. And get in there. Okay. And we'll get him back in there and hopefully not have any lag. Yeah, let's hope for the best. Map was Castle Ostucci. Same builds. Copy and paste to you, and copy and paste to you. Outstanding. I love how many companies refuse to invest in proper servers. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I understand for Total War. At its core, it's a single player game, so. But yeah, it's pretty rough. Because man, this game has such immense potential for like having a solid multiplayer. With like a little bit of effort put into it, man, the multiplayer in this game, like currently right now we get 3,500 games a day, I think, on quick battles for Dom and land battle combined. I legit think if they had good servers, a good map pool, and like actively supported multiplayer, I think you could easily have like maybe like 5,000 to 10,000 games a day. But I mean, I guess, I don't know. Is that really profitable for them? That's the question. Multiplayer is good advertising for CA for sure. But yeah, I don't know if it's like gonna really help the bottom line too much, enough to like justify it. Okay, so loading in again. Let's hope that we don't have any issues. I could also just jump out and play a couple battles myself while they play through. It could just be like the 3 players here. But then they wasted time improving multiplayer campaigns. Yeah, it's funny because like I don't know how popular multiplayer campaigns are. Probably not too many people play them. And again, a lot of that is because of lag, right? It's just like a bit of a potato situation. You're going to throw some hash browns in the air fryer. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good, my friend. They'd also need to invest in infrastructure and 24/7 maintenance. Yeah. I mean, look, if the servers went down every now and then, whatever. It's like if they were up 90% of the time, take them down once a week. Yeah. It certainly, there's more to it, Jay. It's not like easy, but it's a power fantasy of mine. You know, it really is. Just like getting servers for this game, it's a power fantasy. All right. Opening the door, getting a little bit of fresh air in here. Let's see if we can get it. Selling a game with servers is rough. The more people play, the more it costs you. Yeah, but this is a pretty small, like they wouldn't need big servers, right? I have no idea how any of this works, so just correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Total War is peer-to-peer, yeah. I think the other RTS game I played recently too was. Okay, it seems like their units are moving now. Yeah, okay. Sounds like a weird thing. If it continues to lag like that, I can leave the game during and then we'll just, you know, see how it goes. How was it turned? Used to watching VODs of tourneys, but how did you do tonight? Pretty good. We went 2-2 with Slaanesh. I'm just learning them. I literally haven't played them in tournaments and like ever really, maybe like once or twice. So we played some really good players and it was tough, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. I had a lot of fun with Slaanesh. I still think Warriors of Chaos are stronger than them, but yeah, it was fun, dude. I had a great time. Some really honorable, solid opponents. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here in the semifinals of tonight's tournament. It's going to be Imric here for Colin. Double bolt thrower, most likely going to be in the anti-large profile, poking down bulls and iron guts and sky striders. Couple spearmen in the back in silver and guard into the sunset for sure. Yes, I am jealous, Hadries, of your cool, nice weather. Now, on the other side, it is going to be the forces of Supreme. Supreme coming in with the Slaughtermaster of Beasts. With the old Flock of Doom. Kind of interesting tech. I mean, Flock of Doom against High Elves doesn't seem crazy strong, but maybe there's something I'm missing. So yeah, it's classic mouth-breathing ogres. It's going to be Noblar Trappers with basic Noblars and Ogre Bulls in the third row. Noblar Trappers actually trade surprisingly well into enemy infantry. So you just have them engage. They get their Mortis Engine effect or throw their Ninja Stars up at Imric. And then from there, you have the old Bulls just kind of crump everything and do their jam. So, it's go time, baby. The armies of the old world moving. If you guys haven't seen this map, this is Castle Ostucci. There's a giant mountain in the distance, which is pretty cool. We have the cherry blossoms. We also have the very Shogun 2-esque keep here, which is great. We got some fields down here for farming rice, which is awesome. I love this map. It's an absolute beauty. So 2 armies moving. I would imagine the Elves just going to have a defensive concave on objective 1. So most likely what's going to happen, and no, it's not what you think yet. It will come later. But the Elves are going to be forming like a defensive semicircle like this. And they'll be yielding the objectives 2 and 3 initially to the Ogres in favor of a defensive position with which they can shoot their bolt throwers and just progressively grind the Ogres until the Ogres are worn down enough for them to move on objective 2. The Elves don't really have the most defensive formation, but or aggressive formation, excuse me. They have the opposite. They do have a defensive formation, but it's not the most aggressive. So pushing Ogres is going to be tricky. I would wager Fireborn could come in soon, most likely a caster. We're seeing Colin right now does not have a caster of any sort, so I would guess 5,000% that there is a life caster that's going to be in reserves. Bolt throwers shooting downtown and shooting into the Ogre Bulls. And actually a very good counter against Lead Belchers. Like, Lead Belchers can't really do much against Bolt throwers. They're just going to lose models over time. And the Bolt throwers got to be careful not to scoot up too much. If they do, then they could get compromised and jumped on by really aggressive Ogre pushing. Objective's going to be opening up in about 27 seconds, so the time is now. And we will see how this all unfolds, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. So here, Lead Belchers cruising back up, but basically they just have to accept the fact that they're going to be in bolt throw range unless they want to sit in the back of the map here. And the Ogre should definitely send something to the side objectives, unless they want to pull a dreaded Kark play where they're so aggressively, just getting in there that they forget to capture the objectives. Nope, looks like Supreme is going to be doing a good job. I like this. Ogre Bull, Iron Fist, and what's crazy about Ogres is their movement speed. Everything's like 50 speed on their roster for their core capture weight outside of Nobblers, of course. So they can really just get where they want to go quickly. Frontline engagement is underway. Silver and Spears preparing to do battle, and the Fireborn have been called out. So Fireborn are an excellent choice here because of how good of a sweeper they are. Any Ogre unit that penetrates into the backfield, in theory, should be just getting pounded by the Fireborn. Absolutely pounded. So should be fun. Should be fun indeed. So objective 2 here, owned by the Ogres. High Elves have to be careful not to overextend too many spear units up on their own, unsupported. We do see Lothar and Seaguard starting to come out, and the spear units have engaged in the front. So Silverens versus Nobblars, the duel of fates, while the Ninja Stars in the back from the Trappers do a little bit of DACA. And it looks like some Ogres going to be trying to creep around. So nice micro by Supreme. Supreme actually trying to sneak past the side of the spear formation here. And it's going to be moving and grooving in there. Uh-oh, the cursed lag. Hopefully it'll subside. It looks like it will. Not too bad. It seems intermittent with this this group of players here. Bolt throwers still hammering into the Lead Belchers. Lead Belchers are at about 2,300 HP, so they are taking some big casualties and should be falling here in a moment. And Imric doing a good job kind of sweeping the front line. High Elves maintaining this objective. And now we see the Ogres using their mass and speed to get on the bolt throwers in the back, which is going to be big. But it looks like Colin is going to be responding well as we do see the Fireborn coming across. Fireborn going to be hammering down these Ogre Bulls with dual weapons. So here they come. Big charge of the High Elves. And what kind of damage will they do? In theory, it should be a lot. They're basically a hard counter against these Ogre type units. Bolt thrower crew looks like they're on the run. Imric holding down the front line. We do see several waves of Ogre units running. And classic Ogre tech, pretty much every Ogre player and their dog since the great legendary Flying Taco innovated it. Now bring the Sky Striders. So Sky Striders are in. Bolt throwers are a good counter against them. Basic spears do well, but Sky Striders are like a hard counter against Fireborn. They'll wreck them pretty bad. But the Bolt throwers should just be sitting on the Sky Striders the entire game. Over on the other side, you can see the High Elves perform very well, where they're supported and have like their kind of formations, but where they're isolated, they just kind of get picked apart. Like this one Spearman unit basically just got killed by Nobblars and a couple of really shithouse Trappers, which is pretty funny. Silver and Guard on the run, Lothar and Seaguard, excuse me. They might be in guard mode, which is pretty unfortunate here for Colin. They should have just braced and prepared for the charge, but at the end of the day, they are going to be caught and take big casualties. Normally though, a Lothar and Seaguard unit would defeat an Ogre Bull unit in a straight fight, but considering they didn't take advantage of their charge defense, it could be a little bit ugly. So Colin is up on value well. Imric certainly can't be everywhere at once. Looks like your boy Imric's going to be coming across to try and get a big terror out right here. Could get a breath attack. Any number of options are available. But what I really want to keep tabs on is going to be the Fireborn. Looks like the Bolt throwers are shooting at Nobblars right now. A little bit of a misplay by Colin. Colin really needs to start shooting the Sky Striders down, wearing those bad boys. Looks like the Ogres are going to be just rolling onto this objective. And this is actually a very precarious position for Colin. Looks like the spear line is about to falter and break, and then the Ogres have a straight line into the artillery in the back, which is still shooting at the Lead Belchers, and honestly doing a pretty good job. I'm not sure where the Fireborn are going. Yeah, they need to get back on that objective and definitely do a bit of a collapse there. So Colin is up on value. Side objectives open. He could send some Reavers over there, but the problem with doing that against Ogres is they could respond with very fast, high capture weight units. Looks like we're going to be getting a blob fight of sorts. We do get the Fireborn concaving in to support the Silverin, but unfortunately for them, the Silverin Guard did break in that last moment. Bolt Thrower is still putting good fire. Imric really needs to get over here and get some big terror routes, but this Breath Attack is going to be pretty devastating. Potentially, it does go in and melts quite a few of those Sky Striders right there. Fireborn getting caught in the Flock of Doom, which is a pretty good target right there. And now it looks like a Mage of Life has been called out. So the Mage of Life does have regrowth. Regrowth is going to be very, very needed here on these Fireborn as they are taking massive casualties. And the Lead Belters are also doing good damage. Yes, they're getting worn down by the Bolt Throwers, but overall they're doing some nasty work for sure. On the side point, we do see the Silverin Guard holding and grinding down these Ogre Bulls. In the back, we get a Frost Phoenix. Interesting. So the Forbidden Frost Phoenix tech, I mean, in theory, it's good against Ogres. It's very tanky with 80 armor and 48 melee defense and also AoE debuffs, but it's not going to capture the objectives. The High Elves really need to make sure they hold on to this objective. They can't afford to lose this. Spearmen fighting Sky Striders, and it looks like a couple Bulls going to be penetrating into the backfield. Elves are not calling in anything to stop these advancing Ogre Bulls, which is a bit of a problem. The Fireborn looks like they were able to take care of some Ogre Bull Iron Fists on the side, but they need to go back there and keep those Bolt Throwers online. Those Bolt Throwers are the saving grace for the Elves here. They're really doing most of the work. Granted, it looks like Sky Striders are going to get rear charged, so nice rear charge here by Colin. Granted, those Lead Belchers, man, really paying huge dues. Terror route going down on the Sky Striders, but they'll certainly be back. And it looks like the Mage of Life might be able to actually break these Ogre Bulls off. Pretty clutch. Look at that Mage just getting in there. Her mere presence was enough to cause some serious havoc. So Elves hold on to the objective, which is very important. If you let the Ogre triple cap you, it's going to be hard to get that objective back, number one. And number two, it's really going to start just cascading in terms of the points, right? So Spears moving up. It looks like the Bird's causing some havoc. Lothern Seaguard heading to the middle objective. Bolt Throwers online once again, causing some serious disruption. And the Ogre army seems to be in a bit of a retreat. If Imric can actually take out the Slaughtermaster, that's going to be brutal. But the Sky Striders get in and get a bit of a nice engagement versus Imric. There are regrowths on the battlefield, and this is going to be pretty devastating here. We're going to see both Bolt Throwers most likely go offline. I mean, maybe they can survive. If we get a Illyrian Reaver summon right here from Colin to come in for a quick intercept, maybe. So Spears moving up in all directions, Spearmen heading to all the points. Imric just routing back most of the Ogre army, but this momentum from the High Elves is costing them a bit. A fair amount of the High Elf units are a bit overextended. Imric still doing nice damage, but this objective might be flipping here. It looks like a bunch of Noblars are going to be jacking that one. Middle objective most likely will go to the Elves, depending on where they want to send their spears. And yes, losing those Bolt Throwers sucks pretty bad. It looks like both of the Lead Belchers are going to be offline, so shooting is going to be not so much of a variable for the Ogres here for the foreseeable future. And this is a pretty tight game. Currently, Ogres do have a pretty nice points lead. I would like to see maybe a Wild Spearman sent to Objective 3 just to really kind of press the Ogres. Objective 2 is most likely going to flip. This one's going to go. And yeah, the back objective, the Bird is trying its best. The Frostheart Phoenix does a little bit of damage, and it does, of course, cause terror. It could get a terror out on these Ogres, but Imric needs support like right now. He's being hunted by the Sky Striders. A really nice Dismember going down from Supreme there. That was a beautiful play. Slowing down Imric, letting the anti-large attacks really saturate in. Spears have made it up to the point, but the Ogre is going to be sending a very healthy Ogre Bull Iron Fist here. And now Colin going to be sending Rangers to Objective 3. So really pressing all the objectives, which I think at this point, probably not a bad idea since the Ogres are very heavily centralized right there. And how are the artillery pieces doing? Both Bolt Throwers are getting clubs pretty bad. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Phoenix or Reaver come in there to try and clear that out. So Spears have made it in. This objective does flip to the Ogre Kingdoms. So they're going to start cascading points very quickly. And these are just basic Spearmen. But the Ogres are pushing it aggressively, but Imric needs to stay. Otherwise, holy shit, that is a lot of mass. Look at the Spears just being bowled over by just so many Ogres. And that backfield pressure is going to be something nasty. I can't help but think this Frostheart Phoenix has been one of the weak links here. Now in the middle objective, couple Spearmen moving in, but the Ogre Bulls are able to get there. Rangers making their way to Objective 3. Ogre Bulls, the dual weapons coming, basically going to be hard countering these Rangers. Unfortunately, they were not born spears. And as far as the battle goes, I do think the Ogres are starting to take this one over. Some nice back and forth momentum in this duel, but it does seem a little bit tricky for sure. Imric going to be heading to the middle objective. The Frostheart Phoenix not doing a whole lot. I wouldn't hate the Frostheart Phoenix doing something really aggressive, like going after the Slaughtermaster of Beasts and just trying to force a blob fight because he's super tanky and has nice AoE debuffs. That could be pretty good. Imric does get a good engagement, charges those Ogre Bulls, and is going to be able to put some hurt on them. And yeah, this is going to be tough here. Unless some Reavers get there like ASAP and try and mitigate this, Reavers plus Rangers would be able to defeat some Ogre Bull dual weapons. I don't know if they're going to get there quick enough. So yeah, this is looking like it's kind of over. The Ogres are not that far behind in value, and they both have access to healing. There are going to be more Spears coming in, Silver and Guard, mind you. But flipping these objectives is going to be so tough. Sky Strider still running around causing havoc, so we do see Supreme using those with 8 models. And those bad boys look like they're ready to party. So Rangers do start to flip the objective. Is there going to be a counter call in, like a Reaver? I don't know where the Reavers are. Then Silverhelms too. Silverhelms are pretty good at just breaking down these Ogre Bull type units. But looks like the Rangers going to be heading to the middle objective. High Elves are going to need to get some big terror routes or some big like gooning. Maybe if the High Elves can kill the Slaughtermaster of Beasts, that could be pretty clutch. If you could take that down, get the leadership debilitating effect on the Ogre army. Losing those bolt throwers was rough too. Those things were doing some really nice saturated damage over the course of the long grindy battles. Silver and Guard on their way in, going to be getting to the point, as are the Rangers. And are we going to see any spear call-ins? We do see Silverin going, which is a good call. Silverin will defeat any Ogre Bull unit and also take down most of the Ogre roster, just like in a one-on-one. So sending that as the objective flipping unit is going to be good. So Silverin have almost made it to the point, and it looks like the Elves, are they going to get the cap weight? Not quite enough. There's still a fair amount of Ogre Bulls here. Rangers are making their way over, and Immerich's doing a good job. I mean, he's pulling the value lead over and over and getting these sweet terror routes. Lord of Dragons is active on the Sky Striders, but the thing is that the clock is just not in the Elves' favor. Over the course of a long battle, maybe. If they could get a double cap here in the next like minute or two, maybe, just maybe, they could get it. But that's a lot to ask for sure. So Immerich getting nice attacks. We do see the Ogre Lord here looking a little bit vulnerable. Ogre Bulls pushing in, as well as the Saber Tusk with a nice envelop here on the Rangers. But at least the Rangers do have some support from Silverin now, so it's not going to be quite as bad. Immerich trying his best to clear things out, but this Frostheart Phoenix, I just feel like it's such a weak link. Only 500 value. If that same amount of money had been sent on like some Phoenix Guard or something, it could have been like, life-changing stuff. But the Elves are fighting desperately here. Silver and Guard making their way up to the point. Saber Tusk packs will not be able to kill them easily. Another Silver and Guard unit heading over there. And is there anything going for the high ground? It's basically triple cap territory now, right? So the Elves would need to get a triple cap, and I don't know if that is going to be possible. So Frostheart Phoenix mashing away here, and we do also see Immerich nibbling away. It was a good scrap. A couple little small things. I think if the Elves could have had more cavalry, Silverhelms and or Reavers to like support their positions and hammer Noblars off objectives, like little things like that, I think the Elves maybe could have found a way to win this. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think just those little things did cost them. But this is hands down triple cap territory. And we do see the value being pretty much dead even. So Silver are up on the point. They're going to be trying to chase those Saber Tusks off. We do see these guys being parked right here. So they are going to be parked on the side of the objective here. And Ogre Bulls with dual weapons are going to be to the objective pretty soon. And that's going to be too much capture weight for those Silverin to deal with. And Immerich, so we have two high-powered flying units which don't have cap weight. And though they're trading effectively in combat, they're not going to be able to turn the tide of the objectives soon enough for this to work out here. So GG, well played. Supreme is going to be taking the W here, and I think that is going to be game blouses, ladies and gentlemen. A very good performance by the High Elves against Ogres, which are hands down one of the best factions in the game, right? Ogres are just insanely powerful. Probably, honestly, top faction, right? Like, what's better than Ogres outside of Bretonia? I mean, we're assuming with the current restrictions we have in place, Bretonia without restrictions is probably straight up better than the Ogres, but with restrictions in place, Ogres would probably take over the crown as the best factions. But seriously, a lot of single faction tournaments have been won by non-top tier factions. We've had tons. We've had them won by Nurgle, by Kislev, by Empire, by Dwarves, by High Elves, Dark Elves historically. Yeah, a lot of it can come down to the skill of the player. And of course, there's a little bit of fortune as it pertains to getting good matchups, but a valiant effort by Colin. Looks like he didn't really have Reavers. It was mostly Silverhelms, and yeah, GG, well played. It was a nice try. Okay. GG, well played. And there we go. So now we'll have the grand finals. So let's see who it's going to be. So we will do grand finals. It's probably going to be Ogres versus, on the other side, what did we have? I'm not sure. Stingers? Oh, it could be Kislev too. Kislev actually has a good matchup against Ogres. It's respectable. Armored Kossars do very, very well. So, all right. So let's get ready for the grand finals of tonight. And we'll message you. And who won the other side? Let me check on the website, see how we're looking on Total Tavern. All right. Let's get it, man. So taking a look at the top four for tonight. How's it looking? And Platypus won. So it's going to be Skaven versus Ogres again. They played this matchup earlier. Supreme says, Ogres are OP. I feel bad for picking them. Don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it. You keep playing, doing your thing. I mean, other people pick strong factions too. So Ogres can be defeated. They're not like unstoppable. There are some things that feel unstoppable, but Ogres can be beaten. All right, so we got Platy. I'm curious to see what the Rats will adjust here, because they lost to the Ogres earlier. So we have Skaven versus Skaven versus ogres here. Yes, perfect. All right. Platypus should be on the way in, and the map for this game is going to be Borderlow Landing, a very big map. So the rats could definitely get some warp lightning play, and let's see what they got. All right, good luck, have fun. Thank you guys for joining tonight. It's been a fun stream so far, late night action, nice and sweaty. And yeah, the good times are rolling. Has an SFT been factioned by? Yeah, no, it's been a lot of wins. Isn't the high elf loss usually boiling down to trying to play many objectives? It depends. It depends on what your army looks like. I think like protecting the bolt throwers and stabilizing the backfield and just progressively pushing and just getting the 2 objective win is probably the way for high elves. But there does come a time when you need to push all 3, which he was in. He was in triple cap territory, so yeah. Let's get it. Cool. And let's see how we're looking. It looks like everything is good in the realm. And we have more tournaments tomorrow as well. We have Subuchai's hosting one at 4 o'clock. Might be a little bit early for a stream. So yeah, Platy on Skaven versus Supreme on the Ogres. This should be interesting. Nobbler Trappers, Ogre Bulls, all that sort of good stuff. I was curious if you had any plans to do another faction war. Yeah, in August. In August, probably like early August. I'm thinking like before Baldur's Gate comes out, we'll have one. So that would be, I'll probably start organizing it actually. So August, let's see. So Baldur's Gate comes out on Thursday. So yeah, maybe on, it's tricky. That's tricky. Got to figure it out. I got a couple IRL commitments those few days. But yeah, definitely going to be in August. Should be fun. Yeah, spears are tough to push, although you can go with, what do you think about Phoenix Guard? You know, Kane, you played very well there. I thought that was a great performance. Imric was solid. Some of the early engagements are really, really favorable for you. You went up to like a 2,000-3,000 value lead, and you held on to your home objective. I think the bolt throwers getting shut down was a big momentum shift because they still had a fair amount of ammo. What do you think about running like cheap light cavalry to not only pressure lead belchers, but also to screen? I feel like that could be nice, and they're not bad at clearing off Nobblars too. You know High Elves way better than me, so I'm just kind of picking your brain, trying to scheme with you a little bit. A very late night stream here. It's like 8 in the morning here in Sweden. Yeah, you guys are just waking up, huh? Yeah. For sure, going to do a faction war. We're actually going to do a domination faction war, which is going to be like a multi-day event. So maybe it'll be like 2 weekends apart. We'll have like one part, the first half one weekend and the other half on another. So that's going to be a hell of a lot of matchups. Yeah, trappers are paying for them for sure. Yeah, I mean, Creative Assembly is obviously going to probably nerf Nobbler trappers. I mean, they must. Because Creative Assembly, like I said, nerfs based on their quick battle data. And from what I've heard, ogres have been dominating quick battles too with Nobbler trappers. And CA can actually see the pick rates of certain units and correlate them to win rates. They have like even more advanced data, which is pretty cool. So they can see like, the pick frequency and all that. So I would suspect Nobblars are going to get nerfed, which, I mean, ogres are sitting at what, a 60-something% win rate? So very strong. Let's take a look right now. Yeah, Bretonnia at 64%, ogres at 62, Chaos Dwarves at 57. If Chaos Dwarves get their capture weight nerfed and their trains fixed, you're going to see Chaos Dwarves sitting around 50%, like between 40 and 50. They'll be better. If ogres lose Nobbler trappers or get them adjusted properly and they lose their bonus versus infantry, I think you could see ogres still be top tier, hands down, but like not quite as oppressive. They would probably go down to like, I don't know, like 58%. Bretonnia, they're going to be strong for sure. I suspect some nerfs for them. But honestly, like this is all looking like pretty healthy here, Khorne and Slaanesh, Hadrius and I, the factions we played tonight, are certainly in the pits of hell, but I don't know. They also have DLC coming, so I don't think you need to buff too much. Maybe like cost reductions for some of their stuff, but yeah, it's tricky. Got into the office first thing I see is a stream. Hell yeah, dude. We got you covered, man. Bro, Turin, happy belated birthday. We have the same birthday, longtime fan. Hey, happy birthday to you too. Looks like you got a sweet mustache in that picture, dude. I remember when every stream was your birthday. It still is. I think I should have just played for 2 caps, so start, yeah, maybe. Or Sea Guard in reserve. Well, yeah, I think some of your, like, you pushed on the side with a couple units and they got isolated and killed. You'll see in the commentary. I did like the triple cap pushing once you were, like, in desperate waters, but prior to that, it was a little bit dangerous for sure. All right, guys. The Duel of Fates. Menacing Platypus versus the dreaded Ogre Hordes. So Platypus, of course, is going to be our Skaven champion. Supreme appears to be a newcomer to the tournament. So currently, I believe, only has 23 or 24 tournament games played, but has been able to pick things up pretty quickly here. So it's going to be Supreme on the Slaughtermaster. Man, this man loves his Flock of Doom. He brought Flock of Doom last game and does not have the traditional healing, which is very interesting. So Noblar Trappers with, Noblars and then Bulls. It's pretty much every Ogre player and their dog is going to be doing a similar strategy. It's very, very strong. And over for the Rats, this is going to be in the Menacing Platypus. He's got a mass amounts of Clan Rat Spears with some Rat Ogres, a Hell Pit Abomination being called in. All right, I'm down to party. And a Chieftain on a Bonebreaker as well. So a bit of a character goon squad. Plague Priest, of course, is going to be the primary caster. And he uses Bless with Filth and Wither, and he spams them to lower the vigor of the enemy army. It's really interesting. Most Skaven players do not do this. This is very uncommon, unless it's like some new tech. But like I said, you're spamming these cheap Skaven spells, and the entire enemy army is going to be losing speed and vigor. So over the course of a long game, you can spam this, and your entire opponent's army is going to be exhausted, and your army is going to be in good vigor, which is cool. I love those like unique techs. But that's basically the entire Skaven army here, and they are ready to party and move up on the objectives. So yeah, it's going to be great. It's early morning for you, huh? Glad to hear it, my friend. Glad to hear it. All right, so the battle is soon to be on. Love this map. Borderlow Landing's truly a beauty. In the back, we do have the boats. I can't tell what kind of boats they are. They kind of like look like Empire frigates. Looks like one of them is actually like sinking back there. Not the best times for those invaders who've been landing off the shores of noble Borderlow. Perhaps the Duke of Bretonnia intercepted them. You never know. And it's time. So, Ogre Army's going to be surging forward as is expected. So too will the Skaven Army. The dreaded Skaven Unsummoned Lord. Always a stain on old multiplayer, but it is what it is. And basically gives the entire Skaven army the +8 leadership, which is the reason why, one of the main reasons why Skaven can really, get there. It's very strong. It's insanely good, especially when you have these big 20 stacks like he has, 22. I do think, honestly, Skaven could play without it. They would probably be like a 40% win rate faction instead, like 40-45%, but yeah, it's still in the game, but there's more of a penalty now, so if you unsummon your Lord as a Skaven, yes, you get the power grab, but before, in the previous patches, you could unsummon like Skaven Slave, and you could bring in like Lord Skrolk or Ikit Claw, but if Skaven players want to abuse the unsummoning mechanic now with the Chieftain, it doesn't work quite like it used to, because the you don't get a Lord. Like, you don't get to have Ikit Claw, you don't get to have anybody super powerful in that regard. So you're basically just playing leaderless for the Skaven, which is tricky indeed. Yeah, Vampire Coast is in a weird place. They were very meta, and then there was a big slew of nerfs to all the undead, because undead were just dominating. The meta for a long time was Vampire Counts, Tomb Kings, and Coast. They were just crushing. They were like 1, 2, and 3, and just like their unbreakable nature. So they nerfed them pretty heavily, but like Coast still has close to a 50% win rate right now. They're just not popular. It's not even that. Like, there's factions that are bad, like and weak, like Khorne, for example, that people play all the time. But like, it's because they're popular. Coast is just, you would think that Vampire Pirates with like shotguns and shit would be played more, and we would have these like weird specialist players who just like grinded on those characters, but like, it's not. It's very, very weird, Hey, Pasha, thank you for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the Dukes of Haggard, my friend, and I hope you are doing super well. Now, I like this play by Platy. Platy getting the sneaky Rat Legion, so he's got his Plague Priest back here, the Chieftain, as well as the Bonebreaker. Those bad boys going to be hiding behind this pillar right here, so they're hanging out there and going to be looking to cause some problems here for ye old Ogre Kingdoms. So moving on up are the Rats. I would imagine going to be sending waves and waves, and it looks like my game may have crashed here. Suspicious. Funky crash. I'm going to see if it can survive. Worst case scenario, nothing happens, so we just restart with the same armies, but this is the second time it's happened tonight. And I'm not the only one to have this happen. So this is some weird shit. This is some weird stuff indeed. So let's give it a second, see if the game can catch up and stabilize before I force quit. I don't know if the players are still in the game. I'm going to give it a second. No, my game just straight up crashed. So they can play if they're still in the game, I'm just going to let them play it out, and then I can just cast the replay afterwards, which would be fine. So in the meantime, I could play a game or something. All right, so if you didn't crash, Keep playing and send replay. Thank you. Okay. I could play a Vampire Coast game for you guys. It could be fun. Yeah, because I noticed a little bit of lag with Supreme's games, so hopefully it's not too bad. All right, outstanding. That's a weird one. All right, so they're going to play. Cool. And we'll just have them play and send me the replay, and then we'll cast that. Classic Total War. You got to love it. Outstanding. So we'll get the results. If anybody wants to play a 1v1 right now, I'm going to fire up a game. And first come, first serve. You'll need the Total Tavern map pack, though, in order to play. So you'll need the goodies. All right, so host battle. It's going to be called T-Game. And anybody is welcome to join. I'm going to play some different stuff. I played Slaanesh a lot tonight. Who would be fun to see? Who? Coast is cool. I kind of always struggle with them. Demons of Chaos are fun. We could do a little bit of Nurgle action. Yeah, you know, I'm painting a Nurgle army in tabletop right now. Let's, or do we want to do Warriors of Chaos? Let's do Nurgle. Yeah, let's get Nurgle's Pestilent Glory up in this game. All right. I enjoyed your recent land battle videos. Yeah, we'll keep mixing those in. They're fun. It's fun to play land battle every now and then. I don't think it's as good of a competitive format, but I do think it's very fun. Vampire counts? I never cared for vampire counts that much. I don't know why. They never like clicked with me. So we can do, what's a map we haven't done tonight? We can do the werewolf boyfriend enjoyer. That's funny. So is that Jay? Play whatever you want. Play any faction. Any faction you want. And we can do the Road to Val's Anvil is pretty fat. We could do Ostucci Castle. We can do a little Ostucci Castle. Let's get that going. I don't think if Anticity came back, he would be playing Vampire Coast. So, yeah, play whatever you want. Kislev. Okay, Kislev versus Nurgle is a fun matchup, actually. Let's get it. And we can do, what map? I guess we'll do Castle Ostucci. And now we got Ye Old Kislev versus Nurgle. All right, so let's get the army blocker up so we can surprise all of you guys with this build. Perfect, Jay. I wasn't sure. You always have the great name, so I figured it was something fun going on there. Oh, Nurgle Chaos Knights are so cool. Oh, they're so cool. Oh, they're so radical, dude. Okay, so let's get you and get you. Ready for some old Sleds of Doom. I wish War Shrines were better, you know? War Shrines are just so haggard. Like, the Slaanesh one is okay. Yeah, Anticity would not play. He's a meta player. He plays meta. You know, he's usually going to be chasing the gold, so... Yeah, you'd probably see him on that. All right, so probably you is the way to do it, and a little bit of that. All right. Cool. Now for the core infantry choice, I feel like the Great Weapon Boys are pretty good. Obviously, Marauders aren't bad. It is late night for me. It's a little bit late night. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, we got to try some Forbidden units here, guys. That could be pretty fun. I wonder how that is, like as a pressure piece on the side. All right, I kind of got some cool ideas here, guys. You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee it. All right, Forsaken, Chaos Warriors. The Palanquin guy is so janky too. It's just Hagardamus Prime. Toads are obviously solid. Furies are a good counter against Kossars with bows. And now for the core army. For our next Disappearing Act, what do we want to bring? Kugath is probably honestly the way to go here. I feel Kugath is just like a absolute G. He's gonna be tough to bring down for sure. All right, so let's get some of you guys to hopefully trade effectively. Rotflies are also another interesting one that might have a little bit more of a home now. Oh, I hate when you just have like a little bit of money and you can't quite afford something. It feels bad. Feels bad. Okay, so let's get the Shielded Marauder Boy. And then we can slap another Nurgling in there. And for you, what spells do we want to bring? Give us an Nurgle Air Force. What's meta right now? Ogres, Chaos Dwarfs, and... Well, Ogres and Bretonnia are meta. I would say those are like Chaos Dwarfs. I don't mind playing Chaos Dowie. As a matter of fact, I think I've won most of my games against them recently. It's, yeah, I don't know. I don't mind them too much, to be fair. Okay, so other units here. Uncle for Uncle is just the power fantasy. That's pretty fun to bring. Probably want to bring some great weapons, and we can bring Some more great weapons, perhaps. Although, yeah, just the cheap great weapons with toad support is probably good. What about a plague bearer here? Plague bearers feel kind of haggard. They do have a lot of HP, I suppose. Yeah, if you have the money, why not? Let's throw it in there. All right, good luck, have fun to my opponent. I think the Nurgle build's good. I think next time we're going to play Nurgle in the single faction tournament. Honestly, they're just so fun. Meanwhile, the other gents are going to be playing. They're going to send me the replay, and we'll cast the grand finals of tonight's tournament, which is between Skaven and Ogres, as a replay after this game. So, should be good. Uncle for Uncle carried by Rotflies. Yeah, if the Rotflies could actually like swarm and pick up a Great Unclean One and drop it, that could be good. Yeah, I think Plague Drones are okay against like factions like this. Like they can kill Kossars effectively and also can kill Kislev Cavalry. I don't know if it's worth going the Riders or the Rotflies, like which variant, but yeah, we'll see. I didn't actually go with Kugath. I decided to go with Festus. He's a bit of a smaller target, so I don't think he's going to die as quickly. Yeah, you're more late night, early morning stream for all of you guys. It's good times indeed. Yeah, Fidel, it sounds like it. I think that could be a nice combo. So Stucci Castle is the map. We are battling for Nippon here, Cathay. And the build's going to be pretty standard stuff. So what we do is we probably hide one great weapon here. We definitely fight in the trees. And we can send a little like goblin over here to go like try and grab the side point. Just go for like a very greedy opening and see what happens here. So Shielded Marauder is going to move up. We can use them to, so let's put the Great Opens back. Have you up in the front? Did I get rid of the screen blocker? I did, okay. I'm not that much of a potato. We got Festus and the Cultist blob. So that should be pretty good. It's a nasty little blob. And you can chill out down here. You guys go there, and that'll be in 5. And then we got the Soul Grinder. Soul Grinder, I think, could be good because we can like hide amongst the trees. You know? Do we have a little Grom? Oh shit! I forgot throwing axes, and there's a bear. Oh! Oh god! Oh, just freaking end me, bro. Just put me out of my misery, man. Just end me. It's just over. Oh god, it's a bear. All right, let's get on some of those Zargard. Maybe I can win with like a grind and like using... Oh, I do have the Death's Head, guys. Okay, so that could be a saving grace. War Sleds are going to be a bit of a problem, but let's see if we can get in there. Send you guys to go capture that objective. Nurglings can go chill over here. And let's get those sweet, sweet bombardments going. All right. Yeah, I brought Dutch in. Let's get the healing elixirs going. Yes, Precious. Do we hit? Come on, give me some damage. Give me the scraps. Oh, nothing. That's sad. All right, well, one more volley should maybe connect. Let's take it. We can heal this thing. We got the heals. Come on, shoot, for the love of the Dark Gods. This guy's got like a 10-year reload time. All right, let's get back to Festus, get some healing. And yeah, thankfully we brought the Plague Drones with the Death's Head, so that could be potentially good. Little Nurgling's going to be trying to ninja this objective, and we do grab the side, so it's just going to be a Nurgle blob fight on the middle, basically. All right, so you guys move up, and let's get the Cultists moving in. These guys can do a little bit of punching, and what we can do is call in the Plague Cavalry, basically. All right, so let's do you, and you guys can move up. Nope, doesn't look like he wants to charge. Going to be pulling back, and we'll get a little bit of healing on Old Festus. And yeah, the blob will be here, and we are ready to party. All right, Cultists moving. Nurglings threatening the cap here, just being a bit of a meme. We do get another bombardment, and do we hit the Zargard? I'm not sure if we do. Let's see. That time we actually connected, which is nice. All right, so move across. You guys are chilling out on this point, and the Toad Riders are on their way. Cultists can move in. The sleds won't do that much against single entity like units like that. You can see, as a matter of fact, the Cultists return the favor a little bit. And we'll keep those little like Nurglings there to just troll. Oh, God, the Elemental Bear's coming, though. I think the Baron to the Bog will be able to handle it. Like, I think that's going to be disruptive enough. And yeah, you can see we're slowing down the capture, and it looks like a Bear Breath Attack's coming, maybe. All right, so Baron to the Bog, and we have, like, yeah, the Breath Attack misses, thankfully. 1,500 for the big boys, and let's get you Toads up. Looks like they don't want to take the fight, no back pressure. And the first thing we call in is going to be the Death's Head guys, because they can just, like, nuke the bear from outer space. Nurgle can indeed go into outer space. So the Nurglings are preventing the cap weight here, which is hilarious. And let's get the Bombards going into this, and just run you little bandits over to the side of the map. They're doing their job, just being annoying. And we got a nice down-the-line Bombard here. And I want to kind of wait till the bear's more committed to call these things in. Go, my Nurglings, flee! Flee, yes, yes. Embrace your Skaven tactics. Let's shoot the healthier one. And we got the side objective. Okay. Yeah, barons can do well against the bear for sure. Throwing axes would be the preferable answer, but oh, nice salvo there. Yes, and we could call in some toads to save the Nurglings, but honestly, I don't think I care that much about it. I think Grandfather will welcome them with his warm embrace. Let's get you closer to heal. And Barons of the Bog can move in. The bear is like teasing, like it wants to come in. It's having some fun. All right, let's just get him in here in position and hang out. But yeah, we're getting some really good bombardment. Yeah, we're gonna lose an Nurgling unit, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. The bear breath attack. Ooh, not bad there. Not bad. That was a pretty good one. Thankfully, Festus is going to be able to heal these bad boys up. So, Nurglings paid the troll toll, but the Zargard are getting pounded pretty hard. And on the back objective, we do see some armored Kossars moving up. So there's going to be a fight here soon. These guys are getting the sweet healing elixirs, and yeah, Kislev using its foul magic. Let's get you guys up to party a little bit. Nurglings got absolutely torched back there. And we could move some Plague Bearers up. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Got the Rotflies ready with their unholy hand grenades. And the bear's just chilling out while we feast on the Kislev army's durability here. Taking the middle is important here too, so they can't bounce between objectives as easily. And we need to take fire at will off here. All right, so the bears are going to come in. It wants it. I can see the bear wants some of this hot action. It wants it bad. I could do the hard healing here. It looks like I did lose a handful of the Barons of the Bog. Fleshy Abundance Resurrect, I don't think it does. Yeah, so those models are just basically toast. Alright, so let's get the toads up. Let's get you guys up. Cultists can go do some screening. And Barons of the Bog are just chilling. Let's go get these attacks here with those and get the Barons in there to countercharge. And cool, the time is now. Looks like they're going to pull back. Let's charge the other ones, and we can get some more Plague Drones. I wanted to kind of try these things out and see how they do. But the Unholy Hand Grenades are going. They're going like champs. The bear is attacking. Let's pull you guys back. Cultists moving up. Let's go after that Patriarch right there and pull you guys back. Okay, so now we just get great weapons coming up to party. And yeah, the Unholy Hand Grenades are actually doing some respectable damage, guys. I'm not unhappy about their damage at all. So cultists go after these guys, and now we just take the blob fight, basically. Yeah, we just get in there, we blob, we live our best life, and hope that it goes well. So the other Plague Drones are here, so let's have them attack. Curse of the Slug, slow them down, see if we can do a little bit of razzle-dazzle there. So they're going to be slowed. Festus getting attacked pretty hard, and the Unholy Hand Grenades, holy shit, that's a lot of firepower, isn't it? Let's get a little cheeky, shall we? Let's get a little bit funny over here. Festus, I could do some fat heals here. Probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to do like a big AoE heal, like right in the center. So we're going to plop that down, get some value. And honestly, the drones aren't doing terribly, but my opponent's capture weight is really, really good. And I don't know why these guys didn't move up. Certainly a mistake on my part, but yeah, the capture weight is flipping. So Chaos Warriors need to get there. The Unholy Hand Grenades are doing good. The bear is actually at half health. Both cultists, ooh, one of them got popped in the face. Let's even get it back. And Nurgling's going to go for the high ground objective. Meanwhile, the healing's good. Big Man did get actually terror routed though, which is unfortunate. If I lose Festus and he gets like terror routed off into the Kislev army, I'm probably toast. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen. And holy shit, these drones just got wrecked. Why are they dying? Oh, I guess they're getting focus fired, huh? All right, so let's pop Rancid Visitations on the big bear. I could go Mortis. Let's do this and do a little bit of cheeky objective capping there. Just get that speedy objective cap. And the big bear is getting worn down, and Festus can switch to Mortis Engine now against some of these like elite troopers. Cool, and we can also use a Fecundity here to heal up these units. All right, outstanding. So next up, let's get some Plague Toads. Plague Toads are always good. We got some Chaos Warriors making it on over. And we got the Mortis Engine, and the Death's Head Grenades are doing good, but we need to repark them. Festus is draining, doing good Mortis Engine damage, and the side objective is going to be jacked. My opponent responds, well played, so now we just run away. It's better that than like the reinforcements coming and actually reaching me here. So we need Big Daddy Festus to switch to healing elixirs again. Keep himself going. More Chaos Warriors have made it. Nurglings are on the run. So those Nurglings are going to get wrecked, but they were certainly a decent distraction. I don't think Kislev's doing anything here. So let's pull these great weapons up to help out. Currently I'm capped pretty heavily, but this bear might actually just straight up go down against the what's it called? The Rancid Visitations round 2 if I can get it. Alright, so the Unholy Hand Grenades are doing good work. The bear's at a fair amount of HP. Hounds can go nibble on these Kossars with spears. And the back cap trolling was good. And now we get the big boys flying in. Alright, so that's not terrible. Barons of the Bog need to probably come back and get a little bit of lovin'. Let's go jump on these Kossars with spears back there. The bear is at 1400 HP, so let's get our characters and go after the bear. I don't know how the Rotflies are doing. They seem to be doing okay. Some respectable damage. I think we save for the Barons of the Bog, just because they're so good. Let's get these doggos away, just kind of run and be obnoxious with them. Switch to the Mortis Engine, and outstanding. So the grind continues in the middle. We've gotten a lot of healing. Barons of the Bog are 1250, so we're going to have them back soon. All right, so let's get Barons of the Bog up here, and Cultists can get back. We need to get those Plague Bearer summons down to provide a little bit of support to this situation here. The healing on the bear is pretty nasty. It's very, very good. So let's get the Cultist back, and the other Cultist is running for the hills. Great weapons move in, battle the Zargard, and Festus needs to go ahead and Rancid Visitations. I feel like going after the bear could be a mistake. It could potentially be a throw, but I don't know. It seems like it might be okay. So great weapons are still pushing through. Barons of the Bog, we need to get you guys down here. Let's pop a Fecundity to heal up all these characters. And the Rotflies are doing pretty good. Let's get a Plague Bear summon right here. Might as well get it off. And cool. So Festus goes here. You guys go here, and we're gonna make the attempt to drag down the bear. It's not gonna be easy, but yeah, the toads and whatnot seem to be trading well. Let's get some more toads coming across, and great weapon boys are here. Let's get this cultist to go help versus these Zargard. Outstanding. The bear is close to death. Healing elixirs, I don't know why neither of those were on, but Barons of the Bog will massively debuff the stats and will certainly help us in the blob fight to come. Ammunition for Kislev is running a little bit low. I think a Secret Agent Nurgling is pretty funny, so we'll just kind of keep doing that to occupy the attention of all those cavalry units. And if we could drag down that bear somehow, that would just be super great. All right, let's do some unsummoning on these Chaos Warriors. We did get that Plague Bear summon back there. Oh, we didn't. He got knocked down. Oh, shit. Okay. So I was going to say, I feel like we're missing something here. So Festus, I think, just rancids here. I guess the healing elixir is pretty money. And those drones are actually grinding surprisingly well. Okay, so we got you guys. Is there anything we can do to help these toads win? We could get some doggos and come around the side. Let's actually just go ninja that cap up on the top. I think we can get it with those two units. All right, the bear has finally fallen, ladies and gentlemen. That's big. So now we just move back onto the objective, and we just have the healing elixirs on, and hopefully it's too much for them to deal with. Granted, the Barons of the Bog are getting absolutely plowed. So that's very unfortunate. Let's get this cultist back. Festus probably goes with healing elixirs. We need to get the Barons of the Bog away, and now the high ground objective is going to be flipped. So that's something that's kind of cute. Let's get these warriors over here, actually. Festus is in danger. I think we go Harbinger or Pestilence. I don't know if he's going to survive this. I feel like he's going to get gooned. Kislev has a lot of assets around there, so we need to get a cultist up to drop a summon for him right there. Let's get you guys, get these hounds. We steal the high ground objective. Down here, we got some warriors moving in, and let's get these toads over there to go help out against those winged lancers. All right, so we have a summon here, which might be able to save Big Daddy Festus. Thankfully, he does Mortis Engine even when he's like damaged, so we're going to try and save him if we can. He's hanging in there. His leadership is going strong. Pop that, and cool. So we got these summons. Let's see if we can get Festus through. On the high ground, we do get a couple Rotflies moving in, which might be able to run Intercept here. And what do we have that's fast and furious? Let's get you guys, actually. That could be a useful tech. Yeah, maybe. All right, so Festus is alive. The Plague Bearer blockade has worked out okay. Points are getting a little bit wild. Let's get the two cultists in there. If Festus can survive this, I might feel kind of confident. We'll have to see. The Rotflies should be able to counter these sleds and deal with pretty much any of these threats here. So let's get them around and have them go after the armored Kossars. And what else do we have? We have hounds. I think hounds are what we get there. So the big man has gone down. Festus is just kind of waddling around. Let's get cultists there and call in some hound units to go nibble on those range units if we can. Yes, yes. Unfortunately, we don't have the cap weight. See, that's the problem here, is the cap weight becomes a little bit precarious. Let's do that and see what kind of value we can get. So the hounds are on the way. Festus needs to rally. If he rallies here, that's going to be really, really strong. Great open still fighting on the side. And Festus is going like a champ. Plague Bear is still doing their thing. Rotfly's doing work. And yeah, I think we can recap this. Let's get some Marauders over there. Yeah, shielded Marauders. Just get them up there with the cap. Come on, Festus. Come on, Triple Chin. We need you back, buddy. We need you back here. We need you back in this fight. We're holding on to those. Very, very close game. Too fast. Yeah, Festus is trying his best. He's trying his heart out. But yeah, this combination of units here seems to be doing well. Hound units are nibbling on something cost-effective. Come on, Festus! Come back! I need you! I need that Mortis Engine! We need it bad. All we have is this haggard cultist fighting in the middle. So the Kislev army is going to start rotating up to the top. Hound units nibbling on the Kossars, but certainly not quick enough. And what do we have that can get there quick and help out? Probably just Plague Toads are good. Plague Bearer is going to be pretty bad there. We do have Rot, Glorious Rot. Oh, come on, Festus. Triple Chin's gone. He's a goner, so we have to just accept our fate that Captain Triple Chin is not going to be back anytime soon. What do we want to get? Do we want to get Toads? Yeah, Toads. Toads are probably good. All right. So Rotflies are here. We probably pull them back. They're a pretty expensive unit. And just let the Nurglings kind of absorb that shock damage, and then we just get you guys making your way in. Cool. The Rotflies can go pick off these Winged Lancers. Let's get U-Toads coming up here. We got the double Cultist grinding in the middle. Festus basically just kiting to the edge of the map. And let's move you guys in and start pressing there, if possible. So we did lose the objective. We still have the bottom one, which is cute. Nurgling's doing a pretty good job holding back the big boys. Let's get that blob fight going. Points are very even. It's a very scrappy game. So Festus is now gone, which sucks. Is there any reason for us to hit the middle? Yeah, supporting the cultists in the middle doesn't seem bad. I do have the army ability. I'm kind of waiting for an opportunity to do it. Let's get some hounds around the back and just go finish off those archers if we can. And call in more plague toads here. Once they blob up like in a true fashion, I think we can do it. Yeah, let's pop it. That's going to be some sweet damage. Let's pull back the plague drones, get the hounds up around the backside. Let's do this. And now we got you guys making your way in, although both cultists have run. So yeah, maybe we just get back to that objective and try and get that. It's still double cap territory. Yeah, but I think we've lost. Losing Festus was too much. It was a good game though, a good scrappy game. Kislev's very strong now. They feel very strong. Let's go get you guys. Go get this. We got the toads bumping and grinding here. Let's get those shielded marauders back. A couple great weapons going to flee the scene. Try and get back to that point if they can. And yeah, the bear riders are going to be tough. I definitely needed some marauder horsemen. I felt like I needed those guys to drag down some of the bigger threats. But we did end up killing the bear. The Death's Head guys were actually very clutch against the bear tech. I obviously didn't know that was coming, but yeah, it felt pretty decent. Oh wait, the bear's back! Oh god, he returns! The ancient evil of the old world has returned. The elemental bear of Kislev. Oh god. Alright guys, keep it up. We got those guys down. Furies are just nibbling away on these. Our cultist needs to get over there and help out, so let's go have him help. A couple Marauder great weapons. Anything you guys can do? Is there any way we can get back in this game? We did get that cheeky little ninja cap, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Without Captain Triple Chin, the leadership penalty is going to be too much. Did the Kislev, did they lose their lord? They probably just unsummoned it, I would guess. Yeah, I think that would be an unsummon. Nurglings, go. Provide cap weight. Yeah, there's no way. It's GG. Full health Zargard. All too much. Well played, Jay. Great game. You played awesome. Solid Kislev play. We needed a little bit of milk there in that game. So Soul Grinder was good. Festus was good. Cultist did fine. Maybe switching to Nurgle champions would be better. I can't but help but think the what's it called? The Barons of the Bog were not very good against the mass shooting from all the Kossars. Dude, the bear was Chad. Look at that thing. 3,000 value elemental bear. Holy shit. Yeah, the flying drones were good with the Death's Head, but the ones that were just basic rank and file were pretty useless. Yeah, I just totally forgot horsemen. I needed horsemen to counter a lot of this stuff. GG, well played. All right. Thank you. So we got the replay for the grand final. So hold tight, my friends, while we, so where is this? This is going to be intermission while we set this up. And we're going to get our grand finals game going right here, right now. So if you guys have been having a fun night, it's always a good time hanging out with all you guys. Let the good times roll. Okay. So we got this. Let's go ahead and slam that into our replay folder. Did I screw that up? Did I get it in there? That's what she said. I don't know. We're trying. All right. So there that is. And let's drag this in here. Now we got the finals for tonight's tournament, which is going to be good. All right, cool. Bear necessities. Dude, that bear. The bears have always been good against Nurgle, actually. They're very strong. And move this back to screen 1. Okay. Now we have the dreaded Skaven versus the Ogres. Hey! Henny, thank you. VC is my favorite for lore and one of the best factions to play. They're very strong. Thank you, man. The Vangorian Dynasty. Oh, dude. Yeah, maybe I'll play. I can play a vampire game after this. We'll see. We'll see how we feel. All right, guys. Welcome to the grand finals of tonight's tournament, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Menacing Platypus on the Skaven versus Supreme on the Ogres. Let's get it, baby. Let's have some fun. Let's break it down. Let's see how this game goes. So this is being done via replay. We had a little bit of lag with some of the players, so we opted to do this. Lag in tandem with crashing. So I actually crashed. It was weird. Second time tonight. Maybe I got to do a little restart or something, but it's just time. GGJ, great game. Super fun stuff. I like the hand grenade guys. They actually did a lot of damage. But, you know, if they don't bring the bear, the hand grenade guys are going to suck. So for the Skaven army of Menacing Platypus, it's going to be an Unsummoned Lord in the Shadows, backed up by a bunch of Skaven Slave Spears and basic Skaven slaves and clan rats. It's just an unholy legion of spear rats with rat ogres supporting. And the main epicenter, the big centerpiece. You know how in tabletop, some armies will have a big centerpiece? For example, in 40k, it could be Death Guard with Mortarion, Magnus the Red, all that sort of cool stuff. Well, this Hell Pit Abomination is the big fancy centerpiece. And in theory, a pretty strong piece against ogres. Extremely hard to kill with its healing and regenerative properties. Anti-large, causes terror against Noblars and other chaff pieces. I think that is a pretty cool tech. And of course, the Chieftain on the Bonebreaker. Now, for the forces of Ye Olde Ogre Kingdoms and Supreme, it is going to be a whole bunch of Noblars, with Noblar Trappers in the Shadow Realm and some Ogre Bulls in reserve. And we do see the first call-in of Lead Belchers. So Lead Belchers are pretty good. They're basically Shopti Great Bows. Not quite as tanky with only 50 armor, and they are mortal, so they can turn and run. But yeah. For anybody who's newer, you're asking why he unsummoned. So the reason why he unsummoned is because the Chieftain has an ability called Power Grab, with which, if your lord leaves the battlefield, it gives your entire army +8 leadership. It's a mechanic that's not working as intended, but CA hasn't fixed it yet. So, at least in domination mode. So, obviously nobody does that in land battle because there's no unsummoning. Yes. Something funky. So, we'll do a little bit of fast forwarding while the objectives open up. In the backfield, we do see a Plague Claw Catapult. Interesting. So, you would think the go-to choice would be a Warp Lightning Cannon against Ogre Kingdoms, but I think what the rats want to do is get the -10 leadership on the blobs of ogres, including the bulls, and then break the Noblars away, allowing the clan rat spears to saturate in very, very effectively. So I think that's kind of a cool tech. Plague Claw Catapults are really, really good artillery. I like that they're back. They're like a true timeless classic of this game, right? They were the go-to for Skaven for ages. And you'll notice how, I love this, Platypus hiding behind, this is like the reputation of this one pillar. It's where people hide, right? So he's hiding his chieftain and his other characters behind this pillar, which is going to be mitigating the shooting of the Lead Belchers. Hilarious stuff. But look at this, using Flock of Doom. Now, why is he using Flock of Doom on everything? He's been doing that all night. The Flock of Doom obviously doesn't do much against characters. Maybe he's trying to trigger the lore passive. Let's see. He doesn't even have the lore passive. Interesting. So maybe just out of instinct, he saw a blob and assumed there was some rats there and decided to use that. So the Chieftain's moving in, Hell Pit Abomination and company, Plague Priest also up, and now the Plague Claw Catapults are going to be hammering home into pretty high-value targets. Noblar Trappers are a very good unit. You got to get rid of them, or else you are going to be having a relatively bad time for sure. Now, the Skaven Blob is getting punished a little bit. Chieftain here taking some damage. Hell Pit Abomination also taking some damage. A little bit of a risky action here by Platy. Obviously, the Noblar Trappers do pretty good DPS at range with 15 missile strength and 160 models. It can certainly add up, and that Hell Pit Abomination is going to want to pull back. Now, frontline engagements have happened. Rat Ogres are battling against Bulls. Bulls do typically trade upwards into Rat Ogres, but if Rat Ogres do have support from various chaff units, it can be a little bit more of an equitable trade. Now, Skaven popping a little bit of Witchcraft here. It looks like Wither going down, so using Wither to lower the armor of Man-Eaters. So the Ogres did call in some Man-Eaters with great weapons. These guys back, excuse me, a huge anti-large punch. So in theory, a hard counter against the big Skaven stuff. But this is a nice maneuver here by Platypus. He basically left them in the dust, lowered their armor down to basically nothing, and is peppering them with a bunch of Haggard Rat Ninja Stars. Oh, Warp Fire's in here, baby. Warp Fire Throwers. So he's going for like a leadership discouraging kind of build. He's got the Burnt effect, so -8 leadership plus the Plague Claw Catapults. All that is going to be tanking the leadership. And look at that. We also have Blessed with Filth going down. So the Skaven army is lowering the vigor of the entire, basically, Ogre army by spamming those plague spells, which is very, very cool. But check it out. Warp Fire Throwers doing some big damage. We do see that the Ogres are currently up in value. But remember, most of the value from the Ogres is on the Hell Pit Abomination, which is something that can heal. Nice Flock of Doom going down from Supreme, so he used his Slaughtermaster of Beasts to get a beautiful Flock of Doom on the blob of rats. So all the Skaven slaves and various different chaff units took quite a bit of damage there. Quite good. Backpoint is being pressured by Ogres, but is not going to be going well. Skaven slave spears and clan rat spears typically will trade upwards into Ogres if they're allowed to fight, assuming there's no Noblars there. If there's Noblars there, it's a totally different scenario, but you can see the Bulls are being dragged down. The Rats are going to be eating well tonight. What's kind of funny about these two armies is they're both armies that would probably eat one another, depending on who wins. So, it's a win-win, right? Well, not win-win. One team's certainly going to be losing, but looking at the value trading, currently 3,000 against 2,000, but the healing on the Hell Pit Abomination certainly is going to be helping to counter that. Plague Claw Catapult is just methodically targeting down the Noblar Trappers, and the Ogre army looks like it's pushing up. So you can see the Noblars pushing off the middle objective, opting to dive deeper into Skaven territory, which in my opinion is a little bit precarious. It's certainly risky. I mean, they could get back there and shut down that big catapult, but I think that's not going to be easy. And more Warp Fire Throwers coming out as well. So looking to cook the ogres before they get to feasting. The Man-Eaters with great weapons pushing into the back. Let's see how Platypus is going to be doing with his micro here. Is he going to be able to get those trappers on, not trappers, but Warp Fire Throwers online to wreck those Man-Eaters? It looks like that is going to be the target. So the Man-Eater great weapons going to be getting the business. And there they go, my sweet prince. So that is some sweet, sweet Warp Fire. Lowering the leadership of the Man-Eaters down to 50, but still doing some good damage as well. Now on the other side, ogres look a little bit resurgent. You see Noblars moving in, ogre bulls, as well as saber-tusked packs and the rats. I think we'll be able to hold on to their back objective. They have all these Skaven slaves and all these spears, and the ogres are basically just sending mobile mass into the back objective. So this is a place for the rats to basically farm value. And looking at the current score, it's pretty close. I mean, 242 to 440, it's not that big of a deficit. And the Helped Abomination is like, this is like textbook definition. What's it called? Distraction Carnifex. It's like this big centerpiece which is absorbing a ton of value and still just living and tanking it on. It's like in tabletop, let's say you're playing against a very shooting heavy faction. They put all their shooting into your one big model and they don't manage to kill it. It still keeps going, right? And then the rest of your army is going to be undamaged. I mean, of course, not everything is undamaged here, but it's going to take a ton of pressure off the rest of your pieces. Big terror route going down. Ogre Bulls getting broken and terror routed here. The Chieftain fighting shoulder to shoulder with the Plague Priest as well. And what's awesome about this build from Platy is that the Plague Priest also does have a discouraging effect with his sensor. So he's able to hit things, lower leadership. Warp Fire is lowering leadership. Plague Claw Catapults are lowering leadership. It's very nice at doing that. But the ogres do sweep the back objective, so the ogre pressure is just relentless. And this could rapidly become a situation where Platypus would need a triple cap, despite the fact that I do think he's a little bit ahead on value trading. The ogres are just all over the place. We have Noblars coming in, ogre bulls with iron fists. The Skaven don't have like a heavy cap unit that is like really good at just like hammering through ogre units. Like the Empire could be using Knights of the Blazing Sun, Reiksguard Knights, Demogryph Knights to just methodically mow down these ogre bull units, but the Skaven have to grind them a little bit more, which certainly isn't easy. Here we see Platy moving on to the side. So Skaven slaves and all those dudes moving up, and the middle objective actually starting to flip a little bit for the rats. So the rats are pressuring all three. And dude, I can't tell you, I've casted so many replays of Platypus lately where he just like ninjas these objectives with just haggard, raggedy, just rats, or just that are just like routed somewhere, and they just come back and they're like, surprise, your objective's ours. So the middle objective owned by the ogres, the back objective being held by Supreme as well. Supreme doing a pretty good job here. Definitely some very good stuff. I was looking at Supreme's profile. Doesn't have that many games played in the tournament circuit, but is still competing here. And even though ogres are very strong, it still takes a lot of skill to compete against someone on Platypus's caliber, even if you're in a favored matchup. So certainly a big shout out there. Helped Abomination gets brought down. Man, Noblar Trapper is going ape shit. I'm surprised they're able to kill that thing. So that's pretty brutal. We do see the Slaughtermaster being hit with a Wither. So his armor is going to be down to 10, and it looks like the Chieftain and the Plague Priest getting a little bit of damage in. Warpfire Throwers trying to do their thing, but it looks like the rats could be in a little bit of danger. Granted, flipping that back objective under somebody's nose is quite powerful, and it looks like they're going to. Clan Rat Spears, Skaven Slaves, and Clan Rat Spears will probably be able to fight off one Ogre Bull with a dual weapon. And as far as the back objective goes, Ogres look like they have that one unlocked, so they were able to kind of sweep the rats here. So pretty bleak for sure. It's looking tough for the Skaven. Skaven trading relatively okay in value. Ogres are up, but Ogres have no healing, and Skaven did have a lot of healing. So I would say they're pretty even on value at this point. We do see waves of Clan Rat Spears fighting in the middle, and more Skaven Slave Spears getting the job done. Plague Priest here in the middle is the last of the Skaven Hero Squad to be standing. The Chieftain is broken, which if the Chieftain dies, that's going to be the end of the Skaven for sure. And the back objective does flip to the Skaven, so the rats are able to get a point back, which is very, very scrappy. But nonetheless, it is going to be Trixie Hobbitses indeed. And now in the middle, looks like it's going to be taken over here. I think the Ogres have taken over this game. Warpfire Throwers are on their way back in. Good play by both players, man. It's been a nice scrappy match. Ogre Bulls going to be pushed into the old Spears. On the side, we do see Skaven Slave Spears and more Warpfire Throwers coming up. I'd love any excuse to see Warpfires. They're such a cool unit. Ogres getting in, but Ogres are going to get wrecked by Man-Eaters with great opens. I think that's a nice Man-Eater tech for sure. And on the backside, it looks like we have some wild Skaven unit on the back of the map, which is trying its best. Platy trying to reinforce this objective with some routing units, but the Ogres with dual weapons were able to sweep off the rats. So it looks like they did get that charge on them when they were unbraced, and that did the job. So overall, I don't see too many chances. I know Platypus is a top-tier player, but you know this is looking bleak. But it looks like Supreme is going to be getting his first tournament win of the season. So congrats to you. I mean, I really don't see any way Platy can pull this one back. He has no objectives. We'll do a little bit of fast forwarding. It's one of the courtesies that we have of being able to cast by replays. Good focus fire on the Warpfire Thrower. So the Warpfire Thrower does go down here. Unsummons on the Lead Belchers. And ladies and gentlemen, this is looking like it is going to be GG game blouses as the Ogres take over. The Great Maw has feasted tonight. The Rats, not quite so much. Ogres are certainly a top-tier faction. Very strong. Probably one of the strongest factions in the game. They can be beaten, but the rats are certainly don't have a great matchup into them, and we did see this today. It can be won, but yeah, well, I wonder how the Hell Pit Abomination did. Dude, 300 value on the Hell Pit Abomination is a brutal. That is really not fun. Holy shit. And looking at the rest of the army, yeah, some nasty stuff. GG, well played, man. GG. It was a good try. I think Warp Lightning Cannons are the way to go, too. I can't help but think the Hell Pit Abomination was a massive weak link. It did absorb a lot, but man, you can't pay that much for something and have it only get 300 value. Ugh, that's brutal. Chieftain was fine. Obviously, the rest of the rats got the ground. Flock of Doom spam. Only 800 value on Flock of Doom. There's not like some secret tech there. The Flock of Doom just seems to be decent against clan rats and other things like that. So, yeah, GG, well played. Good run tonight. I'm excited for the next one. I'll think of another underdog to play, or maybe I'll go back to my Sons of Sigmar and actually try and win next time. I legit think the Empire can take on the Ogres. It's not great, but I do think the Empire can do some work there. But yeah, GG, well played is supreme. Congrats to you. First tournament win of the season. Awesome stuff. That's going to be it for tonight. I want to sincerely thank you guys all for joining. If you had fun with this late night stream, please do drop a like on the way out. It helps quite a bit. Thank you to our new channel members and to all of you who donated, especially one of the gentlemen earlier, mostly Amiable, who donated $100. Holy shit, thank you. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time. That is going to be it for tonight. And the Great Maw is victorious once again. GG. See you guys around. Take care. And yeah, treat yourself.